Columbia HCA Healthcare Corporation, a new commitment to healthcare, together. And by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. When you're thirsty, it's gotta be Gatorade. To the summit, everybody. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small as we get set for the Aeros and the San Diego Gulls. And let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the visiting San Diego Gulls, at center, it's the man, Hubie McDonough. At left wing, Denny Lambert. And at right wing, Steve Ruchin. Defensively, Mark Ferner and Dan Lambert. No relation at all to Denny. And in goal, it'll be Alan Bester. And Alan Bester, as we talked about in the open, he has been excellent. 3.29 goals against average for the Houston Aeros. Up front, it'll be the line of Murray Eves, and along with Mike Yeo and Graham Townsend. Defensively, Shargorodsky and Valamont. And in goal, Troy Gamble back in the pipes, and he's got a goals against average of 3.50. He's made 454 saves. Our referee tonight, Joe Ernst. Linesman Frank Prestigiovanni and Bob Williams. Aeros defend the goal to the right, and the Gulls, they go to our left. And we are set. Hubie McDonough against Murray Eves. Aeros trying to snap a 2-game losing skid, while the Gulls a 3-game skid. And we're underway as we drop the puck, and it's dumped in by Valamont. Near side, Ruchin. For San Diego, popped it to Ferner. It rolled to the fireboard for Lambert. Denny Lambert. And now Ferner slipped it out the center. It got by Valamont and into Aero territory. Shargorodsky turns. Leg. Off the glass, can't clear it. Now along the boards, in there's Townsend. He'll move it up the right side, can't clear the zone. Here's Dan Lambert. Long shot, and a blocker save that trickled over that blocker and into the corner. Gamble got one on there. On the far corner. Here's the puck-controlled San Diego was center, but pushed away by Valamont. Aeros not able to clear it right now. San Diego putting a little pressure on. Puck behind the net. Ruchin takes a bump from Eves. Now shakes off the check. Hit it back to the line. Lambert wide shoots, and he let it go wide of the net. Puck to the near side. It's banged and held by Ferner. Aeros still have not cleared the zone. Finally, Yeo turns, and he got it to center. Ferner dumped it back in. Townsend lost his stick, and now the Aeros will make a line change. Now at center. It's hoisted back in by Ferner. We'll go back for Shargorodsky. We're in a minute into this hockey game. No score.
Aeros had a couple of chances to throw some good body checks there in that first shift, and they did not. I'm sure Terry will tell his guys hit him a little bit.
Now Young pushed the puck deep into San Diego territory. Bester out. Now it's Clark Donatelli. Fire side. Bangs up over the glass and out of play. And this is the new line now of Clayton Young with Kevin Dineen and Dave Tippett, which brings us to the point. Len Hackborn scratched tonight with a scratchy throw.
You know, talking to some of the guys this week, several weeks ago they went through a little bit of a slump, the Aeros. But at that time they were doing things wrong, and there were things they had to really work hard on to correct on the ice. All they have done wrong in this little mini slump of 2 games in a row is not play hard, and they know that. Their work ethic was lacking a little bit. There's nothing difficult to correct here. If you just go out and play hard, you've corrected it, and I really think they will tonight.
Off the face-off now. Aeros have got it. Arneal tagged down on the play by Barry Drager. Now the puck picked up by San Diego and muscled out to center ice. And now Donatelli got by a sprawl. Albrand. Donatelli rated on goal, but there was Hunt to pop it away.
Great play by Curtis Hunt.
Now turn around by Freer. Get the puck to center ice, and it's Scott Arneal. Forecheck by Jason Marshall of the Gulls. Picked up by Kevin Grant. He'll hoist it into San Diego territory. Out of the net, Bester. Slows for David Sacco. And away Sacco comes. Left to right. Pass snapped out center ice for John Lilly. Who's thought about being a scratch. He's been in and out of the lineup with nagging injuries all year, but he's in tonight. Now Grant trying to clear it. Kevin Grant's a guy that's got to have a big game tonight. He's been off the last couple, but you know he's another one that will look to get her going tonight. Here is Curtis Hunt at center. Drills it into San Diego territory. It'll get by Bester to the near side. Arneal, the former Gull. Former line mate of Hubie McDonough, as a matter of fact. Now it is Freer, pinned up by Fedotov for the Gulls. Near side, Robinson held it in, but he was pinned in there by Lilly. Now Freer, bumped by Fedotov behind the cage. It's chipped to the near side, and now it's picked up. Kevin Dineen back to the line. Robinson, a drive. Scott Arneal, and it's a 1-0 hockey game. Aeros lead it.
I was referring a moment minute ago to some guys telling me that what's wrong with them this week is easy to correct. All you got to do is go out there and work hard. And the guy who was telling me that was Scott Arneal. And here on this shift, the Aeros work hard. They get a good drive from the point. And Arneal has somehow set himself up at the doorstep there all alone and in position to be able to redirect that drive into the net behind Alan Bester, and a great start for the Aeros here at 2:29.
I think Bester didn't quite know where Arneal was, and Arneal's got his 17th of the year from Robinson and Kevin Deneen, and here come the Aeros again. Deneen trying to back the puck down at center ice. Jakes rolled it into San Diego territory. Tippett, first one there for the Aeros. Fired it along the boards in the corner. Darren Vannon trying to pick it away for San Diego. Into the corner, chip near side. Fedotov now. He'll bring it from left to right. Anatoly Fedotov, pass center ice, picked up by Ron Wilson. You want to see a guy that can skate. Here's Ron Wilson, center iceman, longtime NHL veteran. This guy has got wheels. Now in the Aero zone, Wilson digging in there, trying to bang in there with Robinson. Puck center, tipped away by Kevin Deneen of the Aeros and jumped on by Rob Robinson, who had an assist on the Arneal goal. Back at center ice, it's turned around by San Diego, dumped back into Aero territory. The Aeros lead at 1-0, 16:45 to play here in the first period. Jake springs to center. He's bumped off the play by Denny Lambert. Now the puck picked up by Bester. Out of the net to Steve Ruchin. He takes a whack from Murray Eves, and now it's Dan Lambert. Pass up the boards, and here come the San Diego Gulls. Mark Ferner. He'll hit the line. Ferner trying to move across the line, but Shargorowski stands him up with a hit. Valamont turns it around, and here comes Eves to center. Pass for Chitteroni. Where did it go? He'll turn, stop, shoot. Oh, he ripped the wrist shot wide of the net. Bester was there, though, but Chitteroni got it wide of the net. Now McDonough comes to center. He's knocked down by Eves. Murray, who wants to have a big game after sitting out the last 6, and it's finally dumped back into Aero territory. Here's Shargorowski with 4 minutes gone in the first. Aeros lead at 1-0, but failed to clear the zone. Ruchin read it on goal, but Shargorowski came back to knock him down. To the near side, bangs it out center. Back goes McDonough. He'll retreat to his own blue line. Pass snapped out center ice. Dan Lambert across the line. Wide shoots, and a stick save by Gamble. Arneal, who's got the goal of the game here, is 17th of the year. Chipped one to the line, not out. Now it comes to center and play. Is whistled down. 1-0 Aeros lead. Let's take time out. We'll have more IHL action from the Summit right after this.
Experience life in a room with a view, sheltered from the elements and cradled in the arms of nature. Rooms with a View combines the beauty of nature with the total comforts of indoor living. So whether it's a solarium or a garden room, Rooms with a View provides financing and complete installation to ensure your family total perfection in living. So call today for a free estimate at 1-800-522-2171 and save 40% on a garden room designed exclusively for year-round enjoyment.
'Tis the season for sports this December on HSE. The Rockets, Spurs, and Mavs take the court looking to stuff a few stockings. Ho, ho, ho. Then the college kids get a break, a fast break from winter with the Kraft Rainbow Classic. The high schoolers prepare to jingle a few bells in the 5A championships. Next, the Aeros take a glide on the pond and plan on sending a few presents down the chimney. Unwrap a bundle of sports this December on HSE.
Along with Russ Small, Adam Gordon with you. Aeros lead at 1-0, but Mario Chitteroni almost made it 2-0.
Almost made it 2-0, but the key to this play here is Mike Yeo comes into the picture there for you watching on HSE, is that he'd been held up by Dan Lambert. Lambert checks him off the play at the blue line, or else they go in 2-on-1. After that check, it was Chitteroni 1-on-1, and it was a relatively easy position for Bester to take, and the shot went wide. But the play you didn't see a lot of was that play on Yeo, and that really broke it up.
Here's Trigger and Freer going at it along the near side. Gulls trying to get it quickly in transition. Donatelli, almost gave the puck away, but now David Sacco comes to center. Trying to get by Curtis Hunt, but Curtis takes him down the ice. Here is Arneal now. Meanders in behind the net. A pass picked up by Freer. Trying to romp the center, but he's bumped off the puck. Now it's center. Here is Curtis Hunt. To the near side, Scott Arneal. Turning at the left wing. Drager comes flying in there. They're skate to skate along the boards right in front of the Aero bench. Now back back in Aero territory. Kevin Grant, he's worked on by Sacco. Puck came out in front, the shot, and I think that hit Hunt before it made it to Gamble. Another defensive gem from Curtis Hunt, second one of the period. Now Donatelli at the hash marks, far side, trying to leave it for Sacco. A long shot, that hit Hunt once again in the back of the skates. And now the Aeros turn it around. Here is Scott Arniel, left side, gently chipped it into San Diego territory. And back goes Jason Marshall. 14.5 to go in the first. Aeros lead it 1-0 on Scott Arniel's 17th of the year. Here come the San Diego Gulls now. Marshall, he'll carry the puck and send it to center ice for Craig Reichert. Pass tipped up the left side for a breaking Ronnie Wilson. Wilson trying to cut in. It's tipped away by Steve Jakes. Gave the puck away though. Wilson trying to center and it's jammed out in front, but Robinson there to pop it away. Tell you what, in the Gulls that have had a lot of chances here, but the Aeros lead this hockey game 1-0. Robinson bangs the puck near side. That'll go to center ice and down it goes into San Diego territory. This will be an icing call as Fedotov goes back. Play whistle down. 1-0 Aeros lead it. 6 minutes gone in the first.
One thing the Aeros have to watch out for, the San Diego team has some defensemen that are excellent in moving the puck out of their zone. Even the guys known as more defensive defensemen and are out there for toughness more than their offensive skills, like a Jason Marshall who was out there a moment ago, can make that pass from their own end up to their blue line or the red line up to center ice to send the Gulls forwards in towards Troy Gamble. They've done it several times already. They're using the middle of the ice to do it, and they've got some skilled defensemen to making that quick pass that gets the unit heading up ice quickly.
Face off to the left of Gamble. Ron Wilson trying to win the draw from Clayton Young, but the Aeros corral it. They'll control it. Houston leading this hockey game 1-0. Here is Robinson. Booms one off the boards. That misses everybody. That'll be an icing call as the Gulls go back and play whistle down.
And we see an immediate difference, Adam, that the Aeros so often choose to come out of their zone. I'm not saying it's wrong, it's just different. Choose to come out of their zone along the boards, left and right, as we witnessed here just a moment ago, a little snap pass off the near boards as we look at it. They rarely really try to take it up the center of the ice. San Diego is somewhat opposite. We've seen them several times already try to make that pass right up through the center of the ice, the middle of the ice, and go that way. We'll see how that develops as it goes.
Face off once again to the left of Troy Gamble. 13:44 to play in the first. 1-0 as the Aeros lead it, but the Gulls have the puck. Roll it deep into Aero territory. Out of the net, Troy Gamble. Hand it to Robinson and away he'll skate. Up the boards to center and into San Diego territory it goes. Now here's Pat Neaton, who's been a bit of a thorn in the side of the Aero. He's back to touch it and icing once again the call. We played 6.5 here in the first, and the Aeros lead it 1-0. Dave Tippett. He is a lot in a way, I think, like Ron Wilson. The difference is I think Wilson's a better skater and maybe known for more of his defensive tactics, though both I think are even in the defensive scheme of things. But Wilson maybe a little bit better skater, but Tippett definitely the leader of this hockey club and has been outstanding this year for the Aeros.
Well, Wilson is a veteran, been around several years, and even at his veteran stage, one of the better skaters on San Diego and in the IHL. And Dave Tippett has been doing a nice job here as a leader of the Aeros on the ice and in his capacity as an assistant coach.
Yeah, Tippett been known more for his defensive play in the National League, but he's come in and contributed a lot more in this league with 5 goals, 18 assists than I think Ron Wilson has since he has come to San Diego. He has just 1 goal since he's gotten here, and that was an empty net goal.
And you need an old guy like Tippett, so like Kevin Deneen, when he joins the team, can hang out with somebody his own age.
That'll get back to you, Russ. Here you watch. Here's the puck at center ice. Mike Yo trying to get up and push it into San Diego territory. Here's Bester out of the net. Fire it to Denny Lambert. Couldn't clear it. Valamont held right point. Puck comes back to the point, and Valamont back to get it. Now Valamont trying to turn it around, but controlled by Denny Lambert at his own blue line. 12:48 to go here in the first period. The Aeros lead at 1-0. Mark Ferner now for San Diego. Left side, pass at center. Picked up by Ruchin. He takes a bump from Yo. It goes into Aero territory. Here's Carl Valamont. He'll snap a pass to Eves. Missed him with a pass, though, and it comes back to center ice, and San Diego will bring it up now. Here is Dan Lambert. Center. He'll chip it into Aero territory. Gamble out to corral it. Troy Gamble now. Rolled it along the boards. McDonough trying to bump Arniel off it. Here's a long shot. Sizzles wide of the net by Jason Marshall, but back from the Gulls again at center ice to take it. In Aero territory, here's a chance for the Gulls now. It's brought in. Drop Ruchin shoots. Gamble. Great pad save. Oh, a great save by Gamble. And the Aeros turn it around. They'll dump it into San Diego territory. It'll go wide. Is it going to be icing? Yes, it will be. Now, what they were waiting for was the puck to go through the blue there, but it didn't, so that is icing. Let's take time out. 8 minutes gone in the first. Aeros lead at 1-0 back after this.
With a flavor of Mexico, sizzles.
Today on Guys Waiting in Line, we'll look at this guy, the guy in the red hat. We'll explore his innermost thoughts.
Silver bullet.
We'll meet his friends, eagerly cheering him on.
Come on, you bum! Your beer's getting warm!
We'll see a guy try and skip the line.
Ain't no skipping.
We'll meet a kindly ticket taker. And we'll watch our guy finally make it through the line for the Coors Light he wanted all along. It all happens next on only on the Coors Light channel.
1-0 Aeros lead it. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. We've talked about San Diego having a lot of chances. Here's another one.
Well, centering pass made to Steve Ruchin, and he gets a quick shot on Troy Gamble. But Gamble has been very strong here early. The Aeros lead 1-0. Gamble has been forced to make 5 saves. The better scoring chances have belonged to San Diego.
Jason Marshall now for the Gulls. Looped it into Aero territory, but it skips to Curtis Hunt, and he'll chip it to center. But still the Aeros having trouble with their passes. That first pass out of their end has killed them the last 2 games, and right now they're struggling a little bit in that department. There's Hunt back in behind his net. Ooh, gave the puck away, but it came out in front. And now here comes Scott Arneal. Arneal at center, 3-on-2. Kevin Grant across the line. Grant pulled up in the circle. He centered the puck. Here's the drive, and it pinballed, I think, off Barry Drager. Pellerin trying to boom one in there, and I think it ricocheted off a leg. Now the corner to the left of Bester. Arneal in there with Jason Marshall. Puck squirms to the near side, fished out by the goal. Here's John Lilly. Cleared one out to center ice. Sacco in there to have a look at it. Sacco barreling in on goal with a shot. That popped away by Gamble, and we're going to get our first penalty of the night. And it's coming to the Houston Aeros with 11:13 to play in the first. 1-0 Houston.
This may be Curtis Hunt that's going out. He made some very, very big defensive plays here in this first period. But he kind of got caught up in center ice a moment ago. And in an effort to slow down the San Diego Gulls attack, he had to put a little hook in there on Sacco. It was an effective hook. It stopped the scoring chance. It gave Gamble a chance to just clear the puck off behind the net, and the Aeros eventually got up with it. So this is the kind of penalty that once he had been beaten to the position, and it looked like it was a 2-on-1 going in, he had to do something to stop Sacco, and he did. Now the Aeros have to kill the penalty.
San Diego 19.3% is 11th best in the IHL, but the Aero penalty killing 6th best at 83.1%. But a face-off in the Aero zone to the left of netminder Troy Gamble. 5-on-4 attack now for the Gulls. Here's Pat Neaton, top of the slot. Gets the power play started for Fedotov. Top of the near circle, fakes the shot, looks in front, trying to get the pass away. Still with it, Fedotov to Neaton, back Fedotov to the circle, caught the puck up. Robinson tipped it away, and Clayton Young is there. Can he clear the zone? Yes. Now Deneen in a foot race, but he can't get there, and Mark Furner's there to play it away. But he lost an edge, crashed and burned to the near side. The puck picked up by Neaton. Pat Neaton for San Diego, weaving through the neutral zone, shoots it into Aero territory. Slows the puck. Back is Dalamont, swings it along the boards, but it's knocked down by Anatoly Fedotov. Base of the right circle, Aero territory to the line, not out. Furner held it in. Out of the corner, Darren Van Imp trying to loop it along. It's picked up by Kevin Deneen. Can he clear the zone? Yes, he will. And now Tippett, short-handed. Aeros with 8 short-handed goals on the year. Tippett cutting in on goal now. Touch, shoot. Bester, the save, rebound. Oh, Bester, another save. As Dave Tippett got away 2 sparkling chances, but Bester was there to answer the call. Now back at center ice come the San Diego Gulls. Now they're on the power play, but boy, the Aeros came back with a couple of nice chances short-handed. In Aero territory now behind the net. It's picked up by Oleg Shagorodsky. He'll gallop to the near side. Oleg carries to center for Houston. Now weaving up ice. Oleg hits the line. Going right in on goal. Here's Shagorodsky shooting, and a stick save made by Bester. Great work by the defenseman Oleg Shagorodsky. Here come the Gulls now across the line. Lambert, Denny Lambert can't do anything with it, and Chitteroni able to clear it down the ice. with 9:40 to go in the first. 1-0 Houston.
Well, that drive by Shargorodsky, the drive up the ice, was terrific, save for the end of that opportunity in the shot. But he made some nice moves, and Tippett with the great scoring chances earlier.
15 left on the power play. A deflected shot by Lambert just goes wide of the net. Now Ruchin behind the cage to the near side. McDonough winds it down for Ruchin. 8 seconds on the power play. To the line. Lambert shoots. Great right pad save. The rebound. And that goes wide of the net as Campbell comes sliding over there and he kicks the net off the hooks. And play is halted with 9:15 left in the first. 1-0 Houston. 2 seconds left to Curtis Hunt's minor.
Except for the goal the Aeros scored earlier by Scott Arneal to lead 1-0. Perhaps their best scoring chance of the night has come here while killing the penalty. The shorthanded unit, penalty killing unit, doing a terrific job. And Dave Tippett had one great scoring chance and came right back on his own rebound with a second scoring chance. Bester really had to come up with 2 brilliant saves. The Aeros lead 1-0. Aeros with those 8 shorthanded goals this year, tops in the league. San Diego right behind them with 7 shorthanded goals. So one of the storylines as we watch tonight is not just how the power play units perform, but how the shorthanded penalty killing units are able to generate chances, as we've seen here from the Aeros.
Mark Freer against Ron Wilson to the left of Gamble, and Freer wins the draw, and out of the box. The Gulls are back. Lambert in his own zone. Forecheck by Arneal. He's out there with Mark Freer, and right now Brian Pellerin. Here come the Gulls now. Ferner across the line. Ferner trying to move around Valamont. Carey centered it, but it's turned around by the Aeros. Here's a pass picked away by the Gulls. Here's the drive by Reichert, and that's batted away. The Aeros again struggling on that first pass out of their end, and it almost cost them in a scoring opportunity there. And again, Arneal fails to clear the puck. Here is Ron Wilson now. Tell you what, the Gulls forechecking outstanding here in this first period. Here's Scott Arneal along the boards. He will turn in his own zone and finally bang one out this center ice for Mark Freer. Freer left side shoots it into San Diego territory. Off a hop. Pellerin pulls up base of the right circle. Snapped it down for Freer. Pellerin staying with the puck. Crowd wanting a penalty. Will not get it though. Now Arneal fights for a loose puck. Back to the line. Robinson can't get the shot away. It's batted down by Ron Wilson of the Gulls. It'll come to the near side. Freer in there with a battle. Arneal as well. And finally play halted with 8 minutes 11 seconds to play in this first period, and the Aeros lead it by a score of 1-0. We'll have more from the Summit in Houston right after this.
Imagine 36 million people agreeing on something. That's how many people drive a Chevrolet today. Make you wonder if they know something you don't. Like how to get a special lease offer on this all-new Chevy Lumina with dual airbags and air conditioning. It's called Making Your Money Count, and you can do it right now at your Chevrolet dealer. Hey, 36 million people can't be wrong. Making your money count for the holidays. That's genuine Chevrolet.
You jerk. I never want to see you again. Oh!
Savan, soft 100% cotton pants. They're the only pants made with Process 2000, so they don't wrinkle, which means you'll always come off looking good, no matter what you've done.
Along with Russ Small, Adam Gordon with you. 1-0. The Aeros lead it.
6 shots on goal for San Diego here tonight. Some of them the goaltender sees cleanly. Some he has to look through everybody's legs to see, as Troy Gamble has had to do on an occasion or two. On the penalty killing of a few moments ago, Dave Tippett had a couple of great scoring chances, but Alan Bester, player of the month in November in the International Hockey League, was equal to the task on both shots. So it remains 1-0. Aeros 8:11 to play in the first period.
Right now, the Aeros have it. Here's Curtis on a long shot. That hit Tippett, and away the Gulls come. Clark Donatelli fires one in there, and Campbell makes the blocker save. Here is Kevin Nadine. Turns one around to Clayton Young. Galloping through the neutral zone. Trying to work around Marshall. Tippett fighting for the loose puck. Nadine batting in there. And now the Gulls turn it around. John Lilly across the line for San Diego. Shoots. Went upstairs, though. Missed the net. Kevin Grant now up the right side, having trouble with a puck. He gave it away. Sacco right in the drive, and they score! John Lilly. And once again, it's an Aero turnover in their own zone, and this hockey game is tied at 1.
It was a bad turnover, Adam. There's no question about it. That there was not necessary to have given it up like that. You could have easily gotten down to the zone. But I think, again, the key is that the Gulls have anticipated that the Aeros are always going to try to come up along the boards. And that's exactly what Kevin Grant wanted to do. And eventually it's in front to a wide open John Lilly. Because the turnover happened in a spot where San Diego was waiting for the Aeros. I think the Aeros have to change it up a little bit and occasionally try to come up right through the middle of the ice, because the Gulls are waiting along the boards doing their forechecking there, and it led to a goal by Lilly, his 5th at 12:21.
Well, quite frankly, the Gulls have really come out and are playing an outstanding period right now. Here is Oleg Shargorodsky, past center ice. Kevin Dineen trying to spear it down. Goes to Clayton Young, right wing, looking for Dineen. Pass goes down for Dave Tippett, back for Dineen, cutting in, center the puck. Carl Alamont can't get the shot away, and here come the Gulls again. Lilly with Clark Donatelli across the line. Lilly centered the pass. Oh, Gamble, great save, and the rebound clears to the near side. Troy Gamble has been as sharp as the edge of town here in this first period. Now the puck back in San Diego territory. Fedotov. He'll move to center ice. Here is Fedotov across the line. Fedotov drops it back. Denny Lampere drive, and he spanked that wide of the net. Now Chitteroni cleared to center, and the Rockets or the Aeros make that come away. Here is Yo. Wine shoots. Bester the save, and he'll hold on.
But where did that scoring chance develop from? The middle of the ice was wide open. Then the pass was made to the left wing, and the Aeros were able to take it in on Bester. I like that play a lot better. The middle of the ice was open.
Face-off will be to the right of Alan Bester. It's a 1-1 hockey game. Lilly from Donatelli and David Sacco.
And it's 1-1 because Troy Gamble has made 8 saves and Alan Bester 4.
Shot pounded line by Robinson. Puck out to center ice. Here come the Gulls again. Here is Ruchin now, watched by Robinson. Seems like every loose puck, San Diego is right there. Here is McDonough. Base of the right circle for Denny Lampere. Bumped off the puck by Robinson. Puck picked up still. Here's a shot, and that sizzles wide of the net. Puck to the line now. Fedotov is bumped by Robinson of the Aeros. Murray is unloaded on by Denny Lampere. Couple of Mack trucks going in there. Now the puck center. That hit a leg to the line. Fedotov shoots, and Gamble makes the save and holds on. 5:59 left in the first, and right now San Diego teeing up on this one. 1-1 our score, though.
Well, you know, you said just a moment ago that San Diego seems to be getting all the loose pucks. Well, that goes back to one of our Oshman's tips of the game. What to look for here. couldn't remember what the show was called. We're looking for the Aeros to skate better, and so far they're being outskated by San Diego.
Face off in the circle to the right side of Troy Gamble.
What is that called?
The Oshman's game plan?
Game plan, that's it.
Brought to you by Oshman Super Sports USA.
I got the Oshman's part. I knew the Oshman's part. So that's
all that matters. Here is Curtis Hunt back in his own zone. He's watched by Wilson. Aeros trying to move it around now. Scott Arniel can't clear. Reichert knocked it down. Finally moves the center, but again, Freer can't corral it. Here is Reichert. Right side, trying to move it on Shargorodsky. Shargorodsky gives him a sharp check into the boards. Freer gets it to Arniel. Can he clear the zone? No. Erner held it in. Ron Wilson now. Wilson looking for Reichert. Boy, I'll tell you what, San Diego's going to work right now. Hot base of the right circle. Here's Reichert, shouldered by Shargorodsky. Oleg takes him to the boards. Freer finally gets one to Pallard. He can't find the handle. Gulls to the line. Here's the centering pass. Wilson turns, can't get the shot away. Now it's picked away by Arniel. Here come the Aeros, 2-on-1. Freer across the line with Arniel. Ready to go. Here's Arniel. Wait, shoots. Oh, Bester. A spectacular left-hand save, and he will hold on with 5 minutes to play in the first, tied at 1.
Bester with a great save on Scott Arniel. He knew Arniel was barreling down that left wing, and from the moment that pass went to Scott Arniel, it was a perfect pass too, by the way. He kind of anticipated what Arniel might be doing. It starts with Arniel at center ice. He makes a good pass. The pass comes back to him from Freer, but you see Bester always played the position, And when Arneal took it to the backhander, Bester moved over, and it was a great play by Freer and Arneal, and a good shot by Scott after that great play. But what are you going to do? It was a great play by the goaltender.
I remember Scotty Arneal saying that Bester gives up the top half of the net. And when Bester went down, I think Scotty was thinking upstairs, but he was at such an angle, I don't think he could get the shot away the way he wanted to.
He was in pretty tight on the backhander.
Here is Robinson now to the near side. Tippett. Aeros and the Gulls tied at 1. Puck shot into San Diego territory. Dineen right there to get the puck. Trying to get it back to the line, and we're going to get a whistle here as the net becomes dislodged. 4:41 left. Let's take timeout. Aeros 1, Gulls 1. More from the Summit right after this.
When you're active, your body heat increases 15 or 20 times. You become dehydrated. As soon as 30 minutes, you lose fluids. Up to 2 quarts of sweat per hour. But more than anything else, you get thirsty. Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Drink it. No other beverage enters the bloodstream faster and rehydrates you better. Chug it.
Nothing quenches a deep down body thirst better.
Scientifically tested, athletically proven.
Gatorade Thirst Quencher.
It's gotta be Gatorade.
Are you looking for the perfect gift for the golfer in your life? Wish you could send them to play Amen Corner from Augusta National, the Island Green of Sawgrass, or the Blue Monster of Durrell. Well, now you can. Tour 18, a recreation of 18 of the greatest holes in golf. A gift every golfer is sure to treasure. Tour 18 gift certificates are now available by phone. Call 540-1818.
Along with Russ Small, I'm Adam Gordon. Houston, San Diego tied at 1, 4:41 to play. And let's take a look at other games going on tonight in the IHL. Kalamazoo is at Kansas City, and the Soviet Wings will be here on Sunday, but right now they are in Minnesota.
To bring you up to date, we got ties everywhere you look. That Kalamazoo-Kansas City game is scoreless midway through the first. The Soviet Wings at Minnesota, scoreless midway through the first. Here with 4:41 to play in the first, Scott Arneal has scored for the Aeros. John Lilly has scored for the Gulls, and we're tied at 1 apiece.
Face off in the circle to the left side of Alan Bester, and it's shot over the stick of Carl Valamont and back in Aero territory. I was going to say, Russ, how dapper you look in your beach attire. We never did really mention why we're dressed like this tonight.
That's true, we didn't. Well, we just thought it would be kind of back to the beach night here in honor of San Diego, the beautiful beaches they have there in Southern California.
Just hockey hotbeds in the South like this?
Well, except that the only problem is the guys from San Diego looked at me and said, you know, we don't really dress that way in San Diego. Well, you know, perception is reality, and that's how we perceive them here in Houston, Texas.
Here is Barry Drager. I'm sure I'll hear about it from the San Diego Gulls office when they phone me tomorrow. Here's the puck picked up by San Diego. Clark Donatelli dropped it back to the line. Sacco cutting in. Wade shoots, scores! David Sacco walked right around. He was untouched, walked right in on goal, and it's now a 2-1 hockey game. Gulls lead it.
Great shot by Sacco, went short side on Troy Gamble, but he was certainly given way too much room on the ice. Sacco's now scored in 13 of his last 17 games. Comes in over the blue line on the stick of Clark Donatelli. He starts the play. The little drop to Sacco makes one good move in front to fake the defenseman out, and then pulls it around him, beats Gamble low to the glove side. Right along the ice, just took an angle, and Troy thought he had the angle cut, but he did not. It's 2-1.
Here's the puck now in San Diego territory. Gulls lead 2-1, and it has been really all San Diego in this period. Aeros have got to start skating as they're, I thought we're offsides, but play goes right on. Puck comes out in front. Steve Ruchin now jumps on it, moving out to center. It's overskated, and big hit by Curtis Hunt as he steps up, knocks Denny Lambert off the puck. Goes into San Diego territory. Out of the net, Bester leaves it in the corner. Fedotov worked away by Eves. Center two. Elevator redirected that Eves pass wide of the net. Ruchin for the Gulls to Lambert. Cleared to center. After it, Ron Wilson. Wilson now trying to advance the puck, but instead goes back to his own zone. Fedotov tipped it near side for Pat Neaton. Watched by Yo. It'll go to Steve Ruchin. Shouldered by Shargorodsky. And now it's Mario Chitteroni. Mario down the left side. Pass to Shargorodsky. Yo's got it. Trying to drop it back. Yo slipped it down. Fedotov has got it. 3 minutes to play in the first. San Diego leads it by a score of 2-1. Anatoly Fedotov now. Turned over by the Gulls, and here's Pellerin. Get it to Freer with a quick shot at Bester. stick save. Now it is Freer again. Base in the left circle. Freer centered that pass, and Pellerin couldn't get the shot away as he was harassed by Anatoly Fedotov. Here come the Gulls now with 2.5 to play in the first. Ron Wilson gets by Malamont, trying to spin away at the hash marks. Wilson centered one. Freer tipped that away. It comes to Ferner with a backhander spank wide of the net. A stiff shot in front. The drive. Oh, and I think Gamble got a piece of that Ron Wilson blast. Puck comes to center. After it's Scott Arneal. It'll go into San Diego territory, and Ferner, he'll drift in behind his own net. Hold it along the boards. It'll be picked up by Darren Van Imp, and here come the Gulls. David Sacco through center. Hits the line with Riker. Sacco reading on goal. Shoots! And he fired it wide and then goes smoking into the net. And he looks a little shaken up right now.
I think he hit the crossbar, part of the post, as he entered the net. Well, you know, it's wonderful that the goals in hockey have been changed through the years. They are much less dangerous. They used to have things sticking out in all sorts of ways, and they wouldn't come off their posts, and you hit them, and man, you really hit them hard. Now they give. Now they're better designed, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing, because when you get knocked into them, they still hurt, but not quite as much.
Watch Robinson here. I think he gets shaken up too. Watch his head go back right there.
Yeah.
I think he's shaken up, and Jerry Mines is down looking at him, and I think he's going to get himself a little bandage or something, and Jerry Mines down in front of the bench right now tending to Robinson. Oh boy.
Got a cut.
Tough competitor, Rob Robinson. Man they like to call Robo.
Still working on Sacco, just in front of the goal. Not even sure quite what he's favoring. It kind of went in sideways off the post, and they hurt his back.
Well, I wonder if he's hearing jingle bells this time of year right about now. His head, I think, as you said, hit Robinson, then hit the crossbar a little bit. Grazed it. 2:03 left in the first. 2-1 hockey game, and boy, the Aeros, I think, are going to have a look-see there in the locker room, and I'm sure Terry Ruskowski will try and get his troops recharged for this second period.
Well, he wanted them to work hard, to come out and play physical. And there have been a few moments where we've seen the Aeros start to play a little more physically than they have lately, but just a few isolated moments. By and large, I wouldn't say that they've gone out there and hit everything that's moved in a San Diego uniform, and I think that's what he'll tell them to do. You got to slow them down. San Diego's skating very well, and nobody's slowed them down.
Here is Clark Donatelli down the wing boards. It's to Wilson. Ron Wilson pulls up now. Centered one, and Gamble escorts that away. Here's Brian Pellerin now. He'll ship one to center, and a rink-wide pass for Arneal. Hits the line with Freer. Arneal trying to move in, but that's tipped away by Ferner. Realistically, the Aeros have had maybe 3 or 4 quality scoring opportunities, but only one has gone in. Scott Arneal. Here is a puck picked up by Ferner, shot into Aero territory. Back is Wilson, centered. Donatelli coming in there, couldn't get the shot away, and Arneal turns it around. Arneal to center ice. Shargoronsky can't find the hand. I can't believe I've seen a time where the Aeros have struggled so much with the passes. Here is Troy Gamble now out of the net, trying to find someone to pass to, and it is going to be controlled by Clayton Young. To center ice he comes. Young takes the hook from Lambert, rolls one to Tippett, gets it down low. Bester out of the net to slow it, jammed it along the boards, and now it is picked up by Barry Drager for San Diego. In behind the net, harassed by Tippett. Now we're down to the final minute in this first period. San Diego leading by a score of 2-1. Here is McDonough, gets one to center. Jake's knocked it down, turns it around to Tippett across the line. Tippett trying to move it on goal, but he's watched stride for stride by Drager. A pass down low. Clayton Young now trying to move it out in front. It goes for Hubie McDonough. McDonough wrapped up by Tippett, stays with it. 40 seconds left in the period. Aeros now with a chance as Jakes holds it in. Jakes jammed it down low. Tippett behind the net, shakes off the check, gets it back. Deneen wide shoots, and his wrist shot deflected high and back out of play. And 29 seconds to go in the first in a 2-1 hockey game, and now everybody gathering in there.
Good opportunity for the Aeros. Good pass from Tippett to Deneen, and the one-timer by Kevin Deneen.
There's Hubie McDonough in the picture, now out of it, and he will be Russ Small's guest in the first period intermission.
We'll talk some about he and his buddy Scott Arneal, who used to play for San Diego, and how they tried sabotaging each other's equipment this week. You Hubie, the San Diego's been here for a couple of days, and he apparently snuck into the Aeros locker room and did a little something funny to the blades and Scott's skates. And so when Arneal came out to practice, the first couple of steps he took on the ice, ding, he went down. Knew immediately who did it. Went back and tried to get even with McDonough by messing up all his hockey sticks, but he didn't quite get as even as he would have liked.
McDonough from Manchester, New Hampshire. I wonder if he'll look at you and say, what is this attire you're wearing? Not used to it in Manchester either. Here's Hubie McDonough. Sends the puck in front. That's blocked. Now Denny Lambert with 16 seconds left of the period. Puck in the corner. And the Gulls trying to move it along. It's in there, Pat Neaton down for Craig Reichert. It's back to the line. Neaton held it in. Right point, line, shoots. Puck goes wide of the net. Now jumped on Eves. He's shouldered by McDonough. Back to the line. Here's the chance. The drive as the buzzer sounds high and wide. That horn, that buzzer, I think a good sound for the Aeros as this period is finally over, and the Aeros will look to tune things up. They trail by a score of 2-1, and when we return, we'll have first period intermission activities, including a chance to talk with Hubie McDonough. That's all up next. 2-1 the Gulls. Back after this on the Aeros Broadcasting Network. Welcome back to the Summit in Houston. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small, who we'll go to in a moment. He's going to be chatting with Hubie McDonough. Right now our score, it's 2-1 in favor of the San Diego Gulls, and a pretty good period for San Diego. They're forechecking very tenacious, very well, and the Aeros are continuing getting bottled up. And again, the key is the lack of the first pass out of their end. The Aeros really struggling, and in that passing department and in the skating department, and they'll try to turn it around in that second period. But everything you ever wanted to know about teammates and pranksters and all that, let's go down to Russ Small standing by with Hubie McDonough. Russ?
Adam, thank you very much. Adam indicating he called you a prankster. I don't know. Scott Arneal must be spreading some word about you, Hubie McDonough.
Well, I don't know. There's some termites in the locker room this morning. A couple of my sticks get cut, but his laces got cut the other day over at the practice rig, so I think we're even.
Always a typical part of hockey, whether you're teammates or no longer teammates, you and Scott were. Everybody's trying to play tricks on each other.
Yeah, Scott and I are good friends, and we don't get to see each other that often anymore, so when you get a chance to pull a little prank on him, I will, and I'm sure he does the same to me.
Well, there's no pranks out there in this game here tonight. Your club has come in here and taken a 2-1 lead. My observation, I think the Aeros gave you guys a little bit too much room to skate out there. Good skating club, and you've had a lot of room on the ice.
Well, we do have some quick forwards, and that's our game. It's to get the puck in deep, forecheck, and create opportunities for ourselves. And that's what we have to do. We struggled a little bit on the last 3 games on the road, so we wanted to come in here and get 1 win before we go home.
But you've been a hot team, 11-4-1 in your last 16 games. That's a pretty good stretch.
Yeah, after a struggle at the beginning, we were 1-6-1, and things, the wheels almost came off. But we put some things together, got a couple of new bodies in, and everybody seems to be playing just above themselves, and we hope to keep that going.
Just take you guys a little while to gel. You talked about the addition of some new players. There were some trades made at the National Hockey League level, and guys filtered down to San Diego. Just take a while to mesh.
Well, I think so. You know, we struggled so much that everything was just, everybody was going a different direction. And now with we added Dave Sacco, and Pat Neaton came over, and Ron Wilson, and they really everybody is the same type of player now. We're all working in the same direction. And Walt Kyle has really put things together, and he's done a good job of trying to hold things together. And 11-4-1 in our last 15, we can't complain about that.
And it always helps to have a guy like Alan Bester between the pipes, the player of the month in November.
Yeah, I'm sure he's won probably about 7 of those 11 games by himself. He's been unbelievable, and he's deservedly the player of the month in that November.
Well, now, in case you're wondering why we're dressed this way, we did this in honor of San Diego coming, and this is kind of our beach wear night. But tell me the truth, when you're not playing hockey there in San Diego, is this how you dress?
We dress in short sleeves. It's been a little cool this year. Last year I didn't wear long pants all season, but this year I've had to. It's kind of chilly, but I expected it warmer here too.
You can borrow this shirt anytime you want.
Yeah, Magnum PI. I'll take it with me.
Hubie McDonough of San Diego. They lead the Houston Aeros 2-1 at the end of 1 period. Stick around. We got more intermission coming up for you here at the Summit. I'm Russ Small. This is HSE.
Welcome back to the the Summit in Houston. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. A 2-1 hockey game. The San Diego Gulls leading in this first period intermission. And Russ, one of the things we've talked about in that first period was the passing. And I think the Aeros and the skating, it's all kind of intrinsic. The Aeros have got to skate better. They've got to pass better.
Well, and the odd thing is, Adam, those are exactly the things that Terry Ruskowski's been preaching to these guys since last weekend when they lost 2 games. He wants them to skate better and pass better, move the puck better, hit some people. They did not do those things he told them to do in the first period. They're down 2-1. There's a long way to go in this hockey game, but they haven't done what the coach told them to do.
All right, let's take a look at tonight's highlights. And the Aeros get on the board first. Scott Arneal, as he tips one in there. And this was all started from Robinson, who bangs one over Arneal on the far side of the net and gets it in there. The Aeros lead at 1-0. But here come the San Diego Gulls. Oh no, give me the turnover. I haven't had anything to eat there, as Kevin Grant gives the puck right back to Sacco. And it's jammed in by John Lilly. And you can see in the next play here how John Lilly will just be standing all alone, but it was Kevin Grant there.
Well, you know, if you cough it up in your own end like that, you're going to give up some goals, and that was an easy goal. Sacco making the big play, Lilly getting the big goal, and then a little bit later, Sacco was set up. He was sent in. He found an angle. Troy Gamble thought he had taken the angle away, but Sacco found the short side, beat him cleanly, and it's really been a little bit of sloppy play by the Aeros in their own end. It's cost them a couple of goals.
All right, taking a look at the scoring summary brought to you by Columbia HCA Healthcare Corporation. The Aeros getting that first goal, Scott Arneal at 2:29 from Rob Robinson and Kevin Dineen. But at 12:21, here come the goals. John Lilly from Clark Donatelli and David Sacco. And then at 16:01, David Sacco getting the goal from Clark Donatelli and John Lilly. And the Aeros trailing 2-1, and we'll have more after this. Welcome back to the Summit in Houston. Adam Gordon with you. A 2-1 hockey game. And let's take a look at the James Coney Island first period stats. And the Aeros getting outshot 13-8. Saves in the period. Troy Gamble stopping 11 of 13, while Alan Bester stopping 7 of 8. But boy, what a period he had. He made a couple of good saves on Dave Tippett in a short-handed rush. Power play, San Diego having the only power play of that period. 0 of 1 on the man advantage. And that means no penalties for the San Diego Gulls. Just the one Curtis Hunt minor for 2 minutes. So the Aeros trailing in this hockey game 2-1, and I fear to ask you, Russ Small, the big question here, and I asked Terry Ruskowski this, the big C word: has complacency set in on this hockey club?
Well, it shouldn't. What do you got to be complacent about? They're a 500 team overall, 500 at home. They should not be, and I'm not putting them down for that, but there's nothing to be complacent about. It's not like they've had an easy ride through the first 27 games of this season. There's no reason to be complacent. So I hope it hasn't set in, because if complacency sat in at this point with the way this season has gone, then Terry really has a job ahead of him to jumpstart this club. So the short answer is no. The longer answer is no. They're just not playing very well right now.
All right, we'll come back after this. 2-1. The Gulls leading the Aeros, and we'll have more from the Summit right after this.
It set the standard in do-it-yourself books. But now, we've made the best even better. Introducing the all-new Home Repair and Improvement series from Time Life Books, with new color illustrations, step-by-step instructions, and a new spiral binding so books lay flat. It's never been easier to save money and create the home you've always wanted. You'll learn how to build a deck your family will enjoy for years. The tricks of the trade to install a patio. Call now to examine decks, porches, and patios, free for 15 days. Keep it for the introductory price of just $9.99. Use your credit card and get this Stanley tape measure absolutely free. Other volumes will follow. Keep only those you want. Cancel anytime. The new Home Repair and Improvement series from Time Life Books. We've made the best even better.
Call 1-800-592-1222 now to examine the all-new decks, porches, and patios for just $9.99. That's 1-800-592-1222.
to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. A 2-1 hockey game. And time to announce Arrowwear once again for all you Arrowheads. This authentic game jersey is a replica of the one the Arrows wear at the Summit. Home whites with the Arrows distinctive logo plus colorful green and blue accents. These jerseys come in 2 sizes, small, medium, and large, extra large. Carefully tailored to guarantee a comfortable fit. The aerodynamic look. Made in Canada by Bauer Pro Wear, the official uniform supplier to the Houston Aeros. And they come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Great looking jerseys are available for only $79.95 plus $5.75 shipping and handling. To order, call 1-800-423-2121. Credit cards accepted. Join the Aero Force and show your true colors. Call 1-800-423-2121 and make sure you ask for Arrowwear. It makes a great Christmas gift. And there are free hockey pucks for those of you that order them. Whenever you order a jersey, or as we'll show you later, the cap and t-shirt, just dial that 1-800 number, 1-800-423-2121. Are we having fun yet, Russ?
I'm only going to speak when spoken to for the rest of the night.
Hey, he's laughing at me. I think he's laughing at my shirt. Beach night here. Anyway, the Arrows, so we get back to the serious business at hand. The Arrows trailing 2-1. And I think, well, this first 5 minutes, the Arrows have got to get a good jump. And whether they tie the game or not, that's not an issue as much as just getting their heads back into the game and skate a little bit better.
Well, it's a long way to go in this game, but I think you're right. They got to get a jump. They did get a first period 1-0 lead in the Scott Arniel goal, but I don't think they had any real zip in the legs at the start of this game as I thought they would, because I thought after last weekend and after the work they did this week, and they did a lot of good work in practice to get them ready for this game, I really thought they'd come out all fired up in the first several minutes of the first period, hitting everybody, skating well, passing well, really going after it. And they didn't quite do that. Maybe they'll do it here to start the second period. They trail 2-1.
Gulls have the puck off the face-off, but it's turned back around, and now it's Mike Yeo shoots the puck into San Diego territory. Besner out of the net. He'll slow in behind, and away the Gulls will come. Dan Lambert smokes one to center ice. Back is Kevin Grant. Right side, chip the puck ahead, just missing Murray Eves. Now Yeo trying to jump up on it. The Gulls have got it. Here is Dan Lambert in his own zone. Forecheck by Eves. Roll to the corner, far side. It's picked up by Steve Ruchin, and he'll move to center ice. Chip one ahead. McDonough trying to come up with it along the left side. Out of the net, here's Troy Gamble. Give it to Curtis Hunt. In behind, he's run off the puck with a solid check from Denny Lambert. Here is Eves, a rink-wide pass for Mario Chitteroni. Trying to feather one for Yeo. Cuts in, centered it, but a great defensive sliding play. And we're going to get a penalty coming up to the San Diego Gulls. We haven't played quite a minute yet in the second period, and San Diego leading 2-1. The Arrows getting a break as Yeo was dragged down.
Yeah, good call. Yeo was indeed just hauled right down. The penalty will go to Dan Lambert. And the Arrows will get their first power play opportunity of the night. I remind you that we said earlier, while the Arrows have 8 shorthanded goals this year, the Gulls right behind them with 7 shorthanded goals. So watch out. They'll go on the attack if they see the break. Lambert gets a couple of minutes. The Arrows going to power play here in the first minute of the second period, trailing 2-1.
First power play for the night. Of the night for the Arrows. Freer with Arniel and Kevin Adine. Shagaransky and Tippett defensively. Face off to the left of Alan Bester. He played 48 seconds in the second. Arrows needed to tie it. Top of the puck, and Freer wins the draw. Back to Shagaransky along the right side. San Diego comes out and attacks. This is what we talked about. The Arrows have got to move the puck, and San Diego has got it. Phoenix did this so successfully, and San Diego has picked up on this. Looks like they're going to be in an aggressive forecheck and penalty kill.
It was part of our game plan. Play the power play better, move the puck better.
Now it's center ice. Kevin Dineen turns it over, but goes back to get it. Fired a rink-wide pass for Dave Tippett. Popped it into San Diego territory. Bester out of the net to slow it. Here is Kerner, though. He'll drill it along the boards. Can't clear. Arrows knock it down. Scott Arniel, base of the right circle. Getting set. Arniel drifting back to the top of the right circle. Here is Scott Arniel. He's got Kevin Dineen camped right out in front. Arniel winds, centered one. Here's the drive in front, but that's worked away by the Gulls. 1:13 left. In the penalty to Dan Lambert. 18:21 to play in the second. 2-1 San Diego. Here comes Dave Tippett now through the neutral zone. Hits the line. Tippett trying to shake off a check, but the Gulls are able to bounce that over the glass and into the Arrow bench with 1:02 left in the minor to Danny Lambert.
Sometimes it's good to just hit that puck as hard as you can and send it on goal. Other times, it could be much more effective to have a touch. And Scott Arneal a moment ago from the top of that right wing circle, instead of just trying to blast it, there were so many bodies there to blast it through, just tried to slip it in and around and under and over people and skates and sticks and get it out front. And it almost did exactly what he tried to do, just get a deflection in front. Ended up being deflected a little bit wide, but it was a nice idea.
Here's Kevin Grant, top of the slot, a drive, and that just sizzles wide of the net. Now in behind, here is Clayton Young. Gives it to Mario Chitteroni, base of the right circle. Aeros get it back to the line. Kevin Grant, long shot, deflected, right on to Bester. Nice play by Graham Townsend. Had the presence of mind in front to redirect that.
And there was another instance where a hard, high rising slap shot would not have done the job, but that low along the ice shot was deflected by Townsend and almost did the trick.
Clayton Young will chip the puck into San Diego territory. Bester goes for a hike to play it down, but it's knocked down by Young. To the line, Valamon, a rink-wide pass. Will skip the Mario Chitteroni. Snapped it back to Kevin Grant, and there's that no-look pass again, and it gets out to center ice. Kevin Grant will bring the puck to the right side for Clayton Young. A pass into the corner, dumped in for Graham Townsend. Looks in front, trying to center it. That hit the back of the net. Fedotov can't clear. Here's Carl Valamont to Kevin Grant. Winds, shoots. That ricocheted up and out of play. With a second remaining in the minor to Dan Lambert. 2-1. The Gulls led it, but some positive things coming out of that power play for the Aeros.
Pretty good looking power play, and they handled it well. Moved the puck along the ice when they needed to. Took the slap shots when they had to. Did a lot of good things. Bester didn't have to ultimately make a lot of great saves, but they kept him on his toes, even right up through that very last shot taken by Grant. It was a good setup. He had a good look at it. The puck a little bit on edge, so he got under it a little bit. And on top of that, it deflected off the stick of Donatelli and up into the stands, so somebody gets a souvenir. But it was well set up. They had good looks from the point. They had good looks from the circles. And it was a pretty good power play. Alas, there's only 1 second left in the power play.
Eves with Pellerin and Yo. So Terry Ruskowski now doing a bit of the old line juggling here, trying to find a combination and get the equalizer. Here is Curtis Hunt now. Pass to the left side for Yo. Runs it into San Diego territory. Mark Ferner is back. Watched by Pellerin. Ryan takes him to the boards. Now Yo. Base of left circle. Hooked off by Wilson. He'll get the puck to the line. The Aeros holding it in just barely. Curtis Hunt left side. Long shot deflected. Has Pellerin doing a fine job in front of the net. Ryan Pellerin has had a couple of good hockey games since returning to the lineup on a more regular basis. Here's Yo at the hash marks left side. Trying to run it down. Worked away. Pellerin's got it. Bumped by Neaton. Coughed the puck up. And now Ferner bangs one to center ice. But the Aeros have picked it up here a little bit to start this second period. Jakes left wing boards. Trying to find Pellerin. Cannot find him. And the Gulls take over. But Lambert was not looking. This will go down the ice. No icing though, as Jakes is back. 16-17 to play. In the second period, San Diego leads it 2-1. I'm Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. Here's Kevin Aneen. Had the puck bounced off by Ron Wilson of the Gulls. Now Wilson turns it around and pumped it into Aero territory. Back goes Curtis Hunt. Fire corner down. Hunt shouldered by Lilly, but Yo takes over. Late in the shift for Kevin Aneen. He'll bang one to center, and Dan Lambert takes over. Here come the Gulls now. John Lilly hits the line. Wrist shot, and there's a stick save by Gamble. Dan Lambert in the circle. Rip around, and I think that just made it to Gamble. If not, it was blocked in front by Jakes. Now Kevin Aneen brings the puck in, trying to drop it back, but it's down at center. And the Aeros making a line change. Puck in San Diego territory. And finally, we'll get an offsides call, and we'll take a timeout. 4.5 played in the second. It's the Gulls 2, the Aeros 1. We'll be back after this.
Today's Aeros game is being brought to you by Savan. 100% cotton, no wrinkle pants. Wash them, dry them, wear them. Savan, the original no wrinkle pants.
You jerk. I never want to see you again. Oh!
Savan, soft 100% cotton pants. They're the only pants made with Process 2000. So they don't wrinkle, which means you'll always come off looking good, no matter what you've done.
It's the most exciting game plan in town. If you're a fantasy football player or just love the sport, be sure to catch Playoff Fantasy Football Weekly with veteran analyst Norm Hitzges and Pro Football Weekly's Rick Corch.
Thursdays at 11 on HSE.
You're watching HSE, the best team on TV.
4.5 played here in the second period. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. San Diego leading 2-1, but Russ, I got to tell you, it seems like the Aeros after that power play have kind of picked it up just a wee bit.
You know what I might do? I might take the line that has the best hitters on the Aeros, the most physical players, send them out and tell them, look, guys, I'll come out and relieve you. I'll get somebody to relieve in about a minute and a half. Hit everything in sight for 90 seconds. I mean it, really. Go out and hit. That's going to get your whole team into this game. Hit everything you can.
You think Lamar Lathan would be a good center iceman?
Yeah, he'd be great.
Here's a puck picked up by the Gulls. Barry Drager sends it back to his own blue line for Jason Marshall. Well, I'm just trying to go with your philosophy here, and maybe that's what
my philosophy is, that could get them into this game. A couple of checks will get the crowd into the game, will get them into the game. Then you can lay back a little bit and start skating and passing. But go out and start hitting people. That just gets the adrenaline flowing, and everything starts to work a little better.
Here come the Gulls now, right to left. Dan Lambert. He'll shoot the puck in Aero territory. 5 minutes gone in the second. 2-1 San Diego. Brian Pellerin, a pass picked up by Freer. He'll skate it up now with Tippett. Freer dropped it back. Tippett right in his spears. He goes upstairs. Bester the save and a rebound. Just bounces wide of the net. And the luck continues in the way of the San Diego Gulls. A fine play by Freer. Here comes San Diego. Dan Lambert can't find the handle, and Kevin Grant cleared to the line. Not out. Grant again. Snapped one to center. Misses everybody. And this will be an icing call if the Gulls get there first. They will. Fedotov back. That is icing. 14:24 left in the second period. It's San Diego 2, Houston 1.
There's only been a couple of power plays, a couple of penalties called in this game. And whereas that indicates obviously a cleanly played game, it also sometimes can indicate a game where there wasn't much hitting, because with hits will often come some penalties. Mark Freer with a good opportunity in Alan Bester. Almost the kind of goal he scored a couple of last weekend, where the initial save is made or something happens with the initial shot and it pops up in the air, and then he's able to bang it in midair. This time he was on one side of the net and the puck was up in the air on the other, and he wasn't able to reach out and get to it, but a good chance for Mark Freer.
Here's a puck that's centered, but Chitteroni able to clear it. Now Yo off to the races with Eves. Eves bumped off the puck, and the Aeros will try it again. Kevin Grant at his own blue line turns it over. McDonough. He tried to get the shot away, but Kevin Grant was back to save the day. Now in behind the net, it's Chitteroni. Mario Chitteroni for the Aeros to Mike Yo. Pass center ice. Eve jumped on by Shargorodsky across the line. Cuts in on goal. He waits. Shoots. Bester makes the save. Oleg has shown the speed tonight with a couple of nice driving rushes. Puck goes into the far corner. Mario Chitteroni now. Aeros continue to pick up the pressure. Yo, snapshot in the right pad, saved by Bester. Ruchin turns for San Diego. Hands the puck to Patrick Neaton. Here is Fedotov to clear it out to center, but now the Aeros have picked up their forechecking, and San Diego struggling in that first pass out of their end. But here is Denny Lambert. Shoots right on, and Campbell the save. Turned around by Jake's pass. Here's Chitteroni on the break. Where did it go? Waits. Turns, and he couldn't get the shot away. And an outstanding defensive play by the Gulls. Dan Lambert. He got back not only to stop Chitteroni, but he did it fine without a penalty.
Well, it was a good job by Lambert. It was a great pass that sent Chitteroni in, but he had to slow down at center ice to wait for it and not take himself offside. So he was coming practically from a standstill, or at least from a slowdown at center ice, and that allowed Lambert to catch him, give him a little hook, get him off stride a little bit, and he couldn't get everything he wanted on that shot. But it was a great pass, good opportunity for Mario Chitteroni. Good play by Lambert, good play by Bester, good play by everybody. Unfortunately, it kept the Aeros off the board. They still trailed 2-1 with 13 in the second.
I see Chitteroni shaking his head on the bench, but I don't know what more he could have done. Here's a puck at center ice.
Just a little frustrated, I think, that he couldn't stay in full stride at center ice.
Here's Lilly shaking off the check. And now the Aeros trying to clear it. Deneen gets given away. Lilly a drive. And that's blocked by Gamble. Don Lilly is having an outstanding hockey game. And the puck goes down the ice. Back to get it. San Diego's Mark Ferner as the Aeros make a line change. Gulls trying to catch him in motion, but Ron Wilson is there. Pass for Clark Danatelli, right side, cuts in on goal. Bengals shot, and he tipped it wide of the net. Pellerin to center for Freer. That's worked away by Ron Wilson, and it's turned around by the Gulls. Now Curtis Hunt takes over, hands the puck to Carl Valamont, sends one to center, and now Freer brings it up ice. Pellerin Perrin was kind of caught in a trap there, and puck goes in, and Bester hands it over to Barry Drager. Spanks it near side. Fedotov gets one to center for Ron Wilson, and he'll chip that into Aero territory. Out of the net, Campbell to slow it. Here is Robinson. Gave the puck away. Fedotov behind the net, looks in front, and it goes around. Here's the puck along the boards now. Here's Drager, a drive that is blocked, and the Gulls, Craig Reichert, worked in there by Robinson. Now Karen Van Imp takes a bump from Freer. Here's Freer again. Now Robinson behind the net. He's pushed in there by Reichert, and now Pellerin gets one to center ice, and Freer had a chance but couldn't find the handle. Now Jason Marshall almost gave the puck away. Pretty sloppy second period here. Drager, a drive, a right pad, outstretched save by Gamble, and Robinson will turn it around. Gulls making a line change. Here's Robinson. Pass taken over by Lambert, and now Ruchin as he had it poked away by Robinson. Back is Ruchin. Behind the net. Here is Scott Arneal trying to clear it. Cannot. He's shouldered in there by McDonough. In there, Denny Lambert. He and McDonough go at it. Fished out by Lambert. He's pumped in the boards by Valamont, who swings it along the boards. Eves trying to clear it, but kind of hard to do it when you don't have the lumber. He's got a broken stick. Or no, did he just drop it? He just dropped it. Lambert sends the puck to the near side for Marshall. Gulls shoot it into Aero territory. Gamble knocked it down, and Robinson there for Houston. Can't clear the zone. Now a drive, and that's spanked wide of the net. Ruchin, base of the left circle, looks in front. Steve Ruchin at the hash marks, trying to roll it around. Murray Eves still with the puck, and it's finally picked up by Graham Townsend. He'll come to center. Townsend across the line, fakes the shot. Graham barely in on goal, can't find anyone to pass to. Chitteroni comes in there, but here is Curtis Hunt, a long shot, deflected away by Townsend. Ruchin into the corner, far side, back to the line. Shagarodsky pinching, couldn't advance it much further, and Ruchin able to clear it to center. Denny Lambert hits the Aero blue line. Now cuts, circles, and snapped it back down low. Gamble comes out of the cage, roll it to Mario Chitteroni, and away the Aeros come. Hunt, a pass for Eves at center. Murray Eves now. Gives it to Chitteroni. This is a pass. This Shagarodsky, that's offsides, and play is whistled down. Halfway through this period. Oh, no, excuse me, I thought I heard a whistle. I'm sorry, play going on. I guess I could have my problems too, Russ. Here's Neaton. I could have sworn I heard a whistle. Maybe it was my brain freeze as the puck goes down. And there's my whistle. Now we'll take a timeout. 9:49 left in the second, and I'll get over my cerebral cramp after this. 2-1 Gulls.
Excuse me, Shuddy.
In the NFL, there's only one sports drink, and it's gotta be Gatorade.
When the Post asked what you want in a Sunday paper, you said, give us the news that affects our lives. Give us great writers. Show us exciting things to do. And we did. Then you asked for just one more thing. A little dirt. Introducing Cover Story Entertainment Magazine, delivering the hottest scoop on your favorite celebrities from the world of music, sports, and Hollywood. Free on Sunday, only in the Sunday Houston Post.
Along with Russ Small, I'm Adam Gordon. 9:49 left in the second period. 2-1 hockey game. Gulls lead it. Let's take a look at the Coors Light upcoming schedule. Friday night, right here in the Summit, it's the Aeros and the Kalamazoo Wings. The only look at the Kalamazoo Wings this year, as well as the Soviet Wings. In fact, all four games, if you include this one, birds of a feather that flock together. You've got the Soviet Wings on Sunday, and December 23rd, Phoenix. KNUZ Radio, and that'll be our next HSC telecast as well. And I think maybe instead of wearing the Hawaiian shirt, we should have had bird suits or something.
You know, that's a tough stretch. Kalamazoo, the Soviets, and Phoenix, and San Diego. It's a stretch that the Aeros are trying to really win them all. They got a good four-game homestand. Right now they're trailing in game one, 2-1.
Here's a chance now for Clayton Young trying to sidestep a Jason Marshall check. And the puck comes out to center, and back goes Shagarodsky. A little better period for the Aeros than that first one. They skate a little bit better, and they're forechecking better.
Remember late in the first period with David Sacco, who had a goal and an assist for San Diego in the first. He got hurt, crashing into the goal. He has not played in the second period, not even on the bench.
Here's There's a shot by Tippett that's deflected away. Deneen comes firing in there. Gulls trying to clear it. Shagarodski put it in nicely. Here's Kevin Deneen trying to scrape through a check. He centered it, but Donatelli takes over. And it's out to center ice and into Aero territory. Jakes on his horse will hustle in there to pick up the puck. Drifted in behind his net. Now lugs the puck up the boards, and a pass now up the gut to center, but Drager is there to turn it around. Back are the Aeros again. Now it's Shagarodski. Fires one along for Dave Tippett as the Gulls making changes. Here is Dave Tippett. He'll fire one right on, and a stick save made by Alan Bester as the Aeros now make a line change. Here come the Gulls now. It is Pat Neaton, harassed by Mark Freer rather. Freer trying to dig it loose, and they are going to call a penalty on that. Interesting. So 8:34 left in the second period. 2-1 Gulls. Let's take time out. We'll have more right after this.
Everybody wants something different in a car, but what we all want is to get the most quality for the least amount of money. And right now you can make your money count on this new Geo Prism. It has dual airbags, AM/FM cassette, and special smart buy financing. Now who says you can't always get what you want? See your Chevrolet Geo dealer today and make your money count. Event ends January 3rd.
Glove versus glove. Heart against heart. Man opposing man. Two enter the ring. One lives a dream, the other a nightmare. Pride Championship Boxing. Gladiators endure the siege to prove who has the quickness, power, and heart to be the true champion. Pride Championship Boxing.
Griffin battles Murillo. Friday night at 9 on HSE.
2-1 San Diego leads it here in the second period, and penalty coming up to the Gulls.
Well, you know, there's holding and then there's holdings. Good checking by Mark Freer. And what happens then is Pat Neaton grabs Freer's stick. And you can't do that. That's holding. He's called for holding the stick at 11:26. Good chance for the Aeros here to tie this game up. They trail 2-1.
Face off in the circle to the left side of Alan Bester. Top of the puck. Aeros trying to fish it out of there, but the Gulls have got it. Ron Wilson. He'll log all kinds of time penalty killing. That's what he's known for, is his defensive play. Here's Oleg Shagarodski now. 8:20 to go in the second period. 1:45 left in the minor to Neaton. 2-1 San Diego. Aeros looking to tie it here. It's Freer cutting in on goal. Now behind the net. He's watched by Ruchin. Stays with it though. Again, the Gulls line up in their aggressive penalty kill as the puck center. That was a good play by the Aeros there. Shagarodski now for Arneal. Looks in front. A chance for Freer behind the cage. Mark Freer getting set. Looks in front. Centered the puck, but it was tipped away to the line. Oh, and there is the break for Ruchin. He'll come to center, but Shagarodski's back to ride him off the play nicely, and Arneal back to get it. Karl Valimov took a chance, but he knew Shagarodski was back, and now the Aeros bring it up ice. Oleg Shagarodski trying to move it through the check of Ferner. He lost an edge. Crashed and burned along the boards, but now Townsend gives it to Freer. In behind the cage. Freer getting set. Stick handling. Dangles out in front of the shot. He scores! Mark Freer! How in the world did he get that by Bester? The magician strikes again. It's a 2-2 hockey game. A power play goal.
I'll tell you how he did it. He did it with those two key words Terry Ruskowski's been preaching at the club all week. Hard work. He's standing behind the net. He's not a big guy. He can't just walk out in front and think the Red Sea's going to part because he's so big and strong. He just stays with it from stick to skate to stick. He squeezes out in front and he gets the shot away. That's just good hard work. He outworked Mark Ferner behind the goal, and he beat Alan Bester, and a big goal for Mark Freer, who has scored, I think that's 4 of the last 5 Aeros goals have been scored by Freer, and that's 17 in the year. We're tied at 2.
Townsend and Shagarodski, the helpers. Puck goes down into San Diego territory. This is icing, and the faceoff will come back. Aero territory, 7:21 left in the second, and that is a big, big goal.
Yeah, he's got 32 points on the season to lead the Aeros. He is doing a terrific job for him. He's got a 7-game point streak going on right now, and in those 7 games, 8 goals and 2 assists for 10 points. Mark Freer ties it up here. Kalamazoo with a big lead at Kansas City tonight, 4-0 in the second period. And the Moose leading the Soviet Wings 2-1 in the second period of Minnesota.
If Minnesota wins that, that'll be a season high 4 in a row. And that's not bad for them. They've really turned that club around. Frank Serratori, the head coach, doing a good job with that hockey club now.
They really considered it a giant win coming in here last weekend and winning the shootout.
Here's the puck, shot back in by Barry Drager. And here is Rob Robinson, lugs it in behind the net. Bangs one out to Yo, he can't clear. Now it's turned in front. Aeros trying to clear it, and it's finally pushed to center. Drager swings it into Aero territory. Robinson has to hustle, and Campbell slows it for him. That's a nice play. And then Robinson unloaded on by Denny Lambert, and the puck goes out to center. Here's Jason Marshall now. He'll pick up the puck. He's watched by Yo of the Aeros. Can he clear it? No. Chatteroni knocked it down. Centered for ease with a shot. Ripped wide of the net. And finally the rebound squarely off the end boards. And that'll skip right to Alan Bester. And play is whistled down. 6:46 left in the second. A 2-2 hockey game. And Terry Ruskowski with his arms folded. Glad that he's tied it 2.
Well, what I'm looking for right now, and I think I just saw a bit of it, is the Aeros to try to capitalize on that goal by Freer. They got even in this game. Maybe that gets the adrenaline flowing. Maybe that's getting the juices flowing. They go out and that picks up their pace just enough that they can start taking the play away from San Diego and make Alan Bester make some more saves. The player of the month in the International League in November, 8-1 he was during the month. Goals against about 2.25. He had a terrific month.
Showed up to practice today with pretty interesting cowboy hat. Wasn't your common one. And I looked at it and I asked his coach Walt Kyle, I said, what did you think of it? And he just shook his head. He said, hey, if it fits, wear it.
Hey, if we can wear these as beach shirts for San Diego, he can come to Texas and wear any kind of cowboy hat he wants.
Or as you were saying, if these shirts don't belong in San Diego, the hat he had did not belong in Houston.
Right.
No way. Here's the puck back for Carl Valamon. He'll shoot the puck in. That goes up and out of play. 6:34 left in the second, tied at 2.
You know, I gave Hubie McDonough the first intermission. The straight line of the year, is this the way you guys dress in San Diego? And he didn't quite bite on it. I don't remember what he said, but he was way too serious answering that question, describing his shorts and jerseys that he wears in San Diego. But a good guy and a good friend of Scott Arneal. They had some fun toying with each other's equipment this week here in Houston.
It was kind of funny. I happened to be in the hallway there when I saw Scotty Arneal cutting away at the stick. It was funny. I was hoping it would happen, but it never did. As Hubie McDonough, he's a bright boy. He knew it was coming. Here's the puck back in San Diego territory. Rolled along the boards, and the Gulls are able to clear it. And here they come to center ice. Lilly, a pass for Donatelli. Clark Donatelli rolls it to Ron Wilson, moving down the right side. Gets around Young, but he slipped, fell. And now Deneen, can he clear it? No. Jumped on by Valamon. Here's Deneen right side. Try to find Dave Tippett. Ferner in there as well. Deneen gives Lilly a shovel on the boards. And now Valamon, center ice for Dave Tippett. Tippett backhands one into San Diego territory. Aeros make a change on the go, and Ferner turns it around from right to left. Mark Ferner with 5:50 to go in the second period, knotted at 2. Shot into Aero territory. Back goes Oleg Shargorodsky. He'll make it in behind the net and make the pass to the left side for Scott Arneal. He'll move it up the boards and shoot it in. After it, Pellerin. He'll be the first one there in the corner. Pellerin trying to corral it in the corner, kicking it along the boards, but it's fished out by the Gulls. Back into the scrum it comes. Now in there's Arneal to bang it free, but Fedotov will clear to center. 5:24 left in the second, tied at 2. Puck dumped in. Here's the drive by Van Imp, and a stick save by Gamble. And he's down to cover up. He'll hold on with 5:19 to play here in the second period. And it's the Aeros 2, the Gulls 2.
I want to say hi to all our friends who are watching in San Diego. I understand they've got us up on the Bird and a variety of the San Diego establishments that cater to the hockey fans around there, that they have put up HSE on their satellite system to watch their San Diego Gulls against our Houston Aeros. So thanks for being with us here tonight in Southern California. We're 2-2 with 5:10 to play in the second period here at the Summit in Houston.
I've got a friend in Ventura, California, Ben Ministy, who watches us every night. Big fan of here for us, and want to say hi to him. He enjoys the work we do.
Indeed.
Puck is in the corner. And it comes back to a left point. Shagorodsky and a deflected shot by Arneal. I don't know if Bester knew that was coming. And the puck comes to the near side. And it's shot all the way down the ice. 4:48 left. Will it be icing? No. Puck on edge. And it will go down for Ole Shagorodsky. Probably one of the happiest Aeros right now that his wife is finally in town. This pass goes down the ice. Bester knocks it free and gives to Mark Ferner. Turns up the boards. Up the right side now as it's Craig Reichert. Chipped one into Houston Aero territory. Robinson turns it around, bangs it up the right side for Mario Chitteroni. Here is Chitteroni on the right side. A pass for Yo. Mike Yo centered one. Nobody there but that's Dan Lambert. Gave the puck away. Chitteroni gets one into the slot. A backhander. And that is high and up and over the glass and out of play. We take timeout. 4:11 left in the second. Tied at 2. We'll be back after this.
Today's Houston Aeros broadcast is being brought to you in part by Coors Light. Reach for Coors Light, the silver bullet, and keep on moving.
Get it moving. And the silver bullet has the taste to keep it moving. Coors Light. Naturally brewed for a taste that goes down easy. Coors Light. Keep on moving.
The NBA's best play here. Today's top stars, the league's key matchups, plays of the week, plus a trip down memory lane. Step into the spotlight with NBA action. Shooting all season on HSE.
You're watching HSE, the best team on TV.
2-2 hockey game. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. 4:11 left in the second period. And don't forget to join us again Friday, December 23rd for more IHL hockey action when the Houston Aeros host the Phoenix Roadrunners. Rob Brown and Yannick Perreault lead a potent Phoenix attack that averages a league-leading 4.5 goals a game. That's the Aeros and the Roadrunners Friday, December 23rd at 7 o'clock on HSC and the Aeros Broadcasting Network.
Better period of hockey here, number 2, than we had in number 1. One wasn't terrible bad, but we like number 2 a little bit better. It's 2-2.
Very politically stated.
Thank you very much.
Didn't know you were a dancer. Here's the puck picked up by San Diego. It's Hubie McDonough. Watched by Eves. Whoa. Had a little trouble with it in front. The Gulls trying to clear it, and it's out to center ice. Back to get it is Rob Robinson. With 3:53 left here in the second. 2-2 our score. Robinson. Pass. Chitteroni. Hits the line. Shoots. And he ripped it wide of the net. He had Bester leaning, and he tried to go to the far side, but just missed the net. One of those low shots, and they tell you, keep them low. A lot of goals scored low to that side as the puck now picked up by McDonough, trying to work one in. Ruchin, stuff shot, Gamble, got a piece of that. Now in behind the net, here's Robinson, chipped it along the boards, and now Mario Chitteroni comes to center ice with Yo. Chitteroni, a bouncing puck, rolls it ahead for Mike Yo. Yo pulls up, walks in with his shot, and that hit the side of the net. It's taken by Ferner, and it's cleared to center. Aeros Valamont knocked the puck down. Lambert was there, but he handed it right back to Kevin Dineen. Dineen shouldered off the puck, trying to find Young. Clayton Young right side. He lost it. Ferner comes up hobbling a little bit here on that play. Back in Aero territory, here's Kevin Dineen. Now Dineen in a battle with Ruchin, and then Dineen comes smoking back in there. Here's a puck picked up by Carl Valamont. Now for Curtis Hutt, moves it up the boards for Mark Freer, but he couldn't find the handle. Freer going in after it with Ferner. It's in the corner. Dineen trying to fish it out with Ron Wilson, and puck frozen in play. Whistle down with 2:38 left in the second. We are tied at 2.
Goaltenders have each been called on to make some big saves, and they have. Kevin Dineen and the Aeros trying to get some good shots on Alan Bester. Troy Gamble's been sharp in the other goal as well. Pretty good hockey game here going on. 2-2. We talked earlier about, bump and grind and hit some people. Kevin Dineen throwing his weight around a little bit. Throws a good shot in on Steve Ruchin. It's all it takes sometimes, a couple of hits to get your adrenaline flowing. And when your fans start to get into it a little bit more, if your teammates get into it a little bit more, lots of things can happen. One hit could do it.
I love watching Dineen. He's got such incredible balance on his skates, and yet he's so physical. Yeah, they've also got the offensive attack as well. Puck is back in Aero territory. Here come the Aeros, 3-on-2. It's Dave Tippett across the line, trying to center one, but Deneen had circled back the other way. Now back to get it. Deneen, miscommunicated with Valamont. I can see where he wanted to go with that. I think he thought Valamont was more toward the slot. A nice idea, but now the Aeros have to go back for it. Valamont, pass for Tippett. Turned around, missed Clayton Young with it. And Aeros a little sloppy advancing the puck there, but Jason Marshall goes back. Watched by Young. Split up the right side for Pat Neaton. Here come the Gulls now. Ron Wilson at center. A pass for Donatelli deflected. Delayed offsides on the Gulls. It's Robinson. He'll carry to center, but they'll say Scott Lilly plays. That is offsides. Face-off comes to center with 1:51 left in the second period. Tied at 2.
Well, this is all just setting it up for a great third period, that's for sure. This is going to be a who wants it more, who works a little harder kind of third period, I suspect. The Aeros have a shootout win in this building against the San Diego Gulls, and they have a couple of losses in back-to-back games, November 10th and 11th in California. That game, November 10th, Alan Bester stopped 33 of 34 shots, and it was the only one-sided game in this series. Now into its fourth game, it was 5-1.
Here are the Gulls in their own zone, and a pass to center ice for Fedotov. Runs one into Aero territory. Along the boards, it'll come, and Arneal's got it. Feathered it to center ice, but Ferner is there, and he'll shoot it into Houston Aero territory. Bull slows with 1:28 left in the second period, tied at 2. Pellerin bumped by Dan Lambert of the Gulls. Lambert trying to fish it out of there. Along the boards, Fedotov trying to run it down, and finally here is Robinson. He'll send one out to Arneal. He's got Pellerin on the right side. Arneal across the line, centered one. Pellerin right in, can't get the shot away. Arneal trying to fish it through skates, but it's dug out by the Gulls. It comes out in front for Reichert, and he'll come to center ice. Craig Reichert shoots it into territory down to the final minute of the second period. Tied at 2. Puck in Aero territory. Here's the chance in front, and it's worked away. And away the Aeros come 3-on-1. Arneal with Freer. Hits the line. Arneal to Freer, and the shot goes wide. Oh, Arneal trying to feather one, and I think he got it a little too high. And there was Bester to make the save. I think Arneal, a little late in that shift, would love to have that one back because it just got a little too high for Freer.
Yeah, by the time they got in that close to the goal, the angle on that pass and the 2-on-1 really had been cut down. The only way for Scott to get the puck to Mark was to flip it. He goes all the way in, and finally the defenseman goes down, and he has to go over the defenseman to get it to him. And it was a good job by Drager to split the difference there and force the tough pass that Freer could not put home.
You know what? I think that was a planned play. I think Arneal feels that Freer's batted in a couple. Why not try and get to 30? He's been hitting him out of midair pretty good.
Good point. They also had a trailer on that play too. I'm not sure if Scott knew the trailer was there, but he could have probably dropped the puck back to Rob Robinson. But of course, Freer's the guy who's got 4 goals in the last 3 games, so he was his first choice of who to give it to.
Here's the puck picked up by Pat Neaton. 38 seconds left, and a 2-2 hockey game. Here is Curtis Hunt trying to feather one ahead. Neaton turns it around. That play broken up by Hunt. Valamont. Pass for Yo, and looking for Kevin Deneen. It goes into San Diego territory. Alan Bester is there to spank it along the boards, and it comes to center ice. It got by Hunt. Here is Ruchin trying to advance it, but Dave Tippett comes back with 15 seconds left in the period. Here's Young. Gives it away to Hubie McDonough. Rolls it right back into Aero territory. 8 seconds left. Here in the second period. Curtis Hunt. Young has a little trouble with it, and a drive blocked, and with 1 second left, the buzzer's going to sound. Gamble with a right pad save off Steve Ruchin as the buzzer sounds, and this period over and a much better period for the Houston Aeros.
The best scoring chances for San Diego around both periods have come when the Aeros have given the puck away in their own end. They just cut that down in the third period. They're going to want to win this game.
All right, when we return, Barry Warner will have a chance to chat with the penalty box official Bob Watson. That is all next. 2-2 our score. We're in the second period intermission. We'll have more from the Summit after this.
Next, the Aeros take a glide on the pond and plan on sending a few presents down the chimney. Unwrap a bundle of sports this December on HSE.
Welcome back back to the Summit. I'm Adam Gordon with Russ Small. 2-2 hockey game here in the second period intermission. And I'm sure all of you are sitting there at home wondering, gee, what happens when a visiting player goes into the penalty box? I mean, does he just go in there and occupy it by himself? No, there is a penalty box official in there to help tell him when he's out, what he's in for, and all that good stuff. And Bob Walton is the one that handles that. And he had a chance to chat with our Barry Warner.
Lots of folks like to come to the Summit and get right up close and personal, close to the action. Put their nose right on the glass and see the hard-hitting checking. Some people even have better seats. That's the man we're speaking to right now, Bobby Walton, who works the visitors' penalty box.
Correct, sir. You bet. We're up close where the action is all the time. I learned a new language every once in a while in there, too. Haven't quite learned how to put it all in correct sentences, but I probably will learn after the year's over.
Now, how does a businessman get a job as a penalty box keeper?
Well, it kind of goes back a long way ago when hockey was started out here in Houston. The company that I worked for, my boss, Joe Spiegel, was a very, very avid sports fan. He had tickets to everything, and he took me to a game one night, and after that I was hooked. And as the time continued on, I kept going and nobody else would go. So one night I went to the game and talked to the guys behind in the boxes. One of the guys didn't show up, and they said, you need to get in the box. That's where I've been ever since. That's probably 10, 12, 15 years ago, it seems like.
There have been any times at all that you've been fearful for those blue eyes and that nose and those teeth?
Well, once when the Birmingham Bulls, when the old Central League came in, there were more of them in the box than I was. And back then, you didn't have a glass over the back, so I had to climb out over the back out of the back to run them out of the box. There was about 7 guys in there at one time, so it's kind of like your Baskin-Robbins take a number deal.
The guys talk to you at all, the opposition?
Oh, yes, all the time. They're really pretty funny guys, and they have a lot of nice comments to say, some of which are repeatable, some are not. But overall, they're really friendly, and they joke and have a good time. They ask about how the league's doing here and the attendance and, you know, the building and how nice the building is. They're very complimentary, and they're good guys. Not the image that they portray a lot of times on the ice.
What happens when there's a fight? They come back in and they sometimes say, hey, I had to do that for the team.
Sometimes they laugh and said, did you see me take that punch? You see me give him that punch? And say, yeah, it's pretty even. It's pretty much jovial. It's pretty much over after they're in the box, unless it's really something really nasty that might carry out afterwards. But more times than not, once they leave the box, it's pretty much over.
Just business as usual?
It's back to playing hockey. No more pugilism until the next round.
During the day, Bobby Walton is the area representative for Toro Gardening Products. But when there's an Aeros game, it's not all roses and hibiscus in the penalty box.
Thank you, Barry, and thank you, Bob. 2-2 our score here in the second intermission, and we'll take a look at the second period highlights after this. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small. A 2-2 hockey game here in the second period intermission. And, what a difference a period makes. That first period, a dismal one for the Aeros, and I thought they skated much better in that second period.
They certainly did, but what really picked them up, I thought they skated even better in the final several minutes of that period after they tied the game at 2-2. Now, they had improved. They had picked up their play from the first period to the second, but it was getting that goal, a great goal it was by Mark Freer that we'll see here in a moment or two, but getting that gave them even more impetus to go after it and try to get a lead. And if they can carry that into the third period right from the start, I think they'll be all right.
The funny thing is a lot of times when you look at the Aeros' success, you say, Troy Gamble was the main man, or in this case, Alan Bester. But realistically, the goalies have played well, but they haven't been the standouts maybe that they have been in previous games.
No, but they've made several very good stops. They haven't had to stand on their head, as we say, but they've had to make several good stops. Unfortunately, we mentioned this near the end of the period, in the Aeros zone, the defensemen have coughed up the puck a few times, and 2 of them have resulted in goals. If they can play a little better on their end of the ice and continue what they've started to establish at center ice and in the forward zone, they'll be all right.
The Aeros getting the only goal of that second period, and what a play it was from Mark Freer. As we take a look at the second period highlights, wrapped up in behind the net, stays with the bounding puck, and he's able to bang it by Alan Bester. Good play.
It was just hard work. It was terrific hard work. He's behind the the net with a defenseman. They're trying to wrap him up. They're trying to take the puck away, and he just stayed at it until he could bring it out in front and then pop it by Bester to tie this game.
And San Diego kept it coming, though, as late in that second period. Troy Gamble, an outstanding right pad save there, just getting out just as the buzzer sounded, ending that second period.
But again, the Aeros, for the final 5 or 10 seconds of that period, have the puck on their sticks, in their end, rather harmlessly, nothing going on, and all of a sudden they give it away, and right at the final buzzer, there's a good scoring chance. Play better in your own end. You're going to be all right if you just do that.
We hope you're enjoying Beach Night Mon. 2-2 hockey game here in the second period intermission, and let's take a look at the Columbia HCA scoring summary brought to you by Columbia HCA, and the only goal at 12:31. Mark Freer from Graham Townsend and Oleg Shargorodsky, and the Aeros tie this game at 2. We'll have more from the Summit right after this.
The battle for the Lone Star State continues as the best 5A Texas high school football teams hit the gridiron, keeping the tradition alive. The Texas High School 5A Division II Championships, Saturday at noon, live on HSE.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet, the pottery that grows. It's fun and easy. Soak your chia, spread the seeds, keep it watered, and watch it grow. Grow a collection of fun with Chia Pet puppies, kittens, turtles, bunnies, plus the new chia frogs, pigs, hippos, and chia trees. Ask for it by name.
Chia.
The pottery that grows.
The Chia Pet's available at Eckerd, Walgreens, Venture, and Kmart stores. Makes a great gift.
Chia Herb Garden comes with everything you need to grow 6 different herbs indoors. Seeds, pots and saucers, plant food, instruction booklet, even chia growing mix. A great gift for anyone. Just plant your herb seeds, water, add plant food, then put them in a sunny spot, and
Chia
makes cooking fun
and tasty.
Chia Herb Garden.
The Chia Herb Garden is available at all Target stores. Makes a great gift. Get yours today.
Attention all Aggie fans, relive the greatest moments in Texas A&M football history with Aggies, a century of football tradition. Follow the incredible journey of the tradition-rich A&M football program, the 12th man, legendary coach Dana X. Bible, Heisman Trophy winner John David Crow, and more. The whole story of Texas A&M football at your fingertips. Call 1-800-769-8843 to order this once-in-a-lifetime publication right now. Gig 'em, Aggies!
Attention, school is now in session. Watch Texas high school football's brightest stars shine, coast to coast, zone to zone. Sundays at 9 on HSE.
It's a 2-2 hockey game here in the second period intermission. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small, and let's take a look at the Columbia HCA period stats. Brought to you by Columbia HCA Healthcare Corporation. The shots 10-6 in favor of the San Diego Gulls. 2 period totals now 23-14 in favor of San Diego in that department. 10 saves for Gamble, 5 saves for Bester. San Diego with no power plays. The Aeros were 1 of 2 on the power play, as that was Mark Freer's goal. And 2 penalties for 4 minutes for San Diego, none for the Houston Aeros. So we're tied at 2, and we'll bring you third period action next, right after this. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small, a 2-2 hockey game, and I know you're all sitting there anxiously wanting to know about Aeros hats and t-shirts, so let's take a look at it. This official cap is white with a team colored visor. It's constructed of wool and is adjustable for a comfortable fit for any fan. Complement the cap with our 100% cotton t-shirt, which is available in ash or white in sizes medium large or extra large. Either of these items make a great holiday gift. Smile there. Thank you, honey. To order, call 1-800-423-2121. Cap sell for $19.95. The tees are $13.95 plus $3.95 shipping and handling. And as a special holiday bonus, you'll receive an Aeros hockey puck free with every order. 30-day money-back guarantee of satisfaction, so have your credit cards ready. Call 1-800-423-2121 and ask for your Aero wear.
You know, I thought you were talking to me, and when I smiled and you said thank you, honey, I really got a little worried there. Fortunately, I realized you weren't talking to me. Two hockey games. 2 periods. here at the Summit. Hey, 14 shots on goal through 2 periods for the Aeros at home is not enough. You should be generating more scoring opportunities than an average of 7 shots on goal through 2 periods here. They've been outshot 23-14. They need to come out and be a little more aggressively, get something going offensively, get some shots on Bester. Bester's too good a goaltender to think you can beat him a bunch of times with a few shots. The fact that they beat them twice on just 14 shots speaks well for those 2 goals, but they need more than 7 shots. If they're held to 7 or fewer shots on goal in this 3rd period, they're not going to win the game, I'll tell you that.
It's a 2-2 hockey game and a big game for the Aeros. They're tied for 2nd in the South, make that the Central Division, 27 points. Atlanta has lost 6 in a row and are now below 500, but they've got that 1 extra win, which will be offset by the 2 shootout losses for the Aeros. So Atlanta 13-14-1 with 27 points, followed by Houston at 12-12 and 3. San Diego, who is in the Southwestern Division, they're at 14-13-2 with 30 points. It's funny, they're in the last place. You don't really count the Soviet Wings in there. They're just on this tour here. So San Diego in the last place. But the funny thing is 4 points separates first from last. Going to the Eastern Conference, looking at the Northern Division, Kalamazoo, who will be here Friday night, 17-5 and 5, 39 points. And real quickly, you look at the Kalamazoo Wings, and the thing about them is they are the top defensive club in the IHL, as they have allowed the fewest goals against in the IHL. They've allowed only 71 goals, and so the Aeros will be tested there.
And they were posting a shutout in the 2nd period at Kansas City last we looked tonight, so they're tough club.
Changing to the Midwest Division, and there you see Cincinnati, Peoria, Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, and that division a little more spread out. Cincinnati and Peoria have been battling all year long for the top spot, and Indianapolis and Fort Wayne battling out the lower end of the Midwest. And we should probably mention here, Russ, that yesterday Orlando was officially accepted into the IHL, so they now have 2 expansion teams, Orlando and San Francisco. And continuing with news today, the San Francisco franchise announced their nickname. They will be the San Francisco Spiders. I got to tell you something, Russ. I saw the logo today. It is outstanding. So that's just great.
3rd period underway. We're tied at 2 here at the Summit.
Puck now in San Diego territory. Here is Yo trying to fire it along the boards. And out to center ice come the San Diego Gulls. Out of the net, Troy Gamble now. He'll slow the puck for Shagarovsky. First one back, runs it along the boards, near side. Lambert back to the line. Ferner a drive, ricochet, right on rebound. They score! Steve Ruchin, I think, may have deflected it in there. Regardless, San Diego comes in 26 seconds into the 3rd and lead at 3-2.
There's some folks who just are getting back from the food court here behind us here at the Summit. Never thought that they would miss a few seconds of the 3rd period and the go-ahead goal. And in this instance, it's just a matter of San Diego jumping on the puck a little bit more quickly. A relatively harmless flip is put out in front, and it is directed out in front of him. Is it Donatelli that's standing out there?
It's either Ruchin or I think maybe Denny Lambert right there taps it in. It might be Lambert, but they're going to give it to Ruchin.
Yep, well, it is directed out in front and then poked home. And in the 1st minute of the 3rd period, it's 3-2 San Diego.
Now the puck in Aero territory along the boards. Pellerin trying to dig it out. Here is Robinson trying to clear. Cannot. Now at it in the corner again. Hubie McDonough takes a bump from Robinson. They go at it skate to skate. Puck still in the corner, fished out by the goals. And the Aeros, Curtis Hunt throwing his weight around. San Diego still with a puck. They lead at 3-2, but Dan Lambert couldn't hold the puck in. Here is Ferner at center. Ferner, a pass for Lambert, shoots the puck into Aero territory. Out of the net, Troy Gamble. Here is Curtis Hunt now. Hunt will turn it right to left. The pass rolled into San Diego territory. Back goes Neaton. Bester comes out of the net. Freer trying to dig it out, but Neaton is there, and they're going to call icing on that and bring the face-off back into Houston Aero territory with 18:42 to go in the 3rd, and San Diego now leading by a score of 3-2.
I think it will be Ruchin getting the goal. He was certainly the one. I was looking down in front, looking whether it was 22 or 32. 32. Ruchin definitely got a blade on that puck, which was heading wide of the net. He got enough on it to bring it back on goal. Here on HSE, we'll look at that goal again. The shot taken from the point by Ferner, just going wide, and the blade on the stick by Ruchin directs it on goal, and then it is knocked home And I'm not sure that's going to stand up for Ruchin. I don't think he's the one who ended up putting it home.
I agree. I think Denny Lambert is the one that popped it in. There it is.
Yep. Denny Lambert it is. Yeah, Ruchin is the guy that made the key play, getting it on goal where it was heading for behind the net on that shot from the point by Firmer. But after it was redirected on Gamble, it was then Lambert who moved in and poked it home for the go-ahead goal.
1.5 played here in the third, and a 3-2 hockey game, and a face-off now at center ice outside the Aeros zone. Here's Clayton Young, Dave Tippett, Kevin Dineen with Jakes and Valamont. The Gulls go with Ron Wilson, along with Clark Donatelli and John Lilly. Jason Marshall defensively with Pat Neaton. At center ice, Neaton backhands one into Aero territory. Out of the net, Gamble. He'll slow it. And here is Steve Jakes now. He'll carry the puck to the near side. Valamont gets it to the line. Not out. He'll have to go back for it now. Valamont watched by Lilly. Goes along the boards. Jakes snapped one to center. Clayton Young able to clear it, but the Gulls take right over. So another slow start for the Houston Aeros in this period as they trail 3-2. Puck now runs out to center, and San Diego just turns it right around. Here is Steve Jakes up the right wing boards. He'll shoot the puck into San Diego territory. Tippett near side, bumped by Wilson. They go at it some more in the corner. Wilson skate to skate in there. Now in there's Clayton Young trying to dig it out. They go at it some more along the boards. In there is Young some more. And again they work at it, and Jason Marshall doing a fine job, but finally it's fished out by Wilson. He'll clear one to center ice. It'll go back into Aero territory. Here's Carl Valamont with 17.5 to go in the third. 3-2 San Diego. Aeros turn it around. Valamont for Dave Tippett across the line. Tippett pulls up, waiting for his troops to change, and then he'll roll it into the corner. Chitteroni in after it, but Ferner able to clear it to center for San Diego. Now the Gulls rolled it into Aero territory. Back goes Shargorodsky. He'll play it behind the net, run it to the near side. Aeros cannot corral the puck. It hits inside the Aero bench. Play is whistled down. 3-2 San Diego.
The Aeros led in this game 1-0. Fell behind 2-1, tied it, now behind 3-2. Reminiscent a little bit of their last home game here, the Minnesota game, in which they were really, kind of fighting from behind all night. Finally got it tied. They got into a shootout that night, which we all thought was good news because they had a bit of the momentum going and come back with 2 goals down. Then got shut out in the shootout and lost the game by the shootout. Here they got a ways to go here. 17 minutes left. They trail 3-2.
Here's Shargorodsky with a booming drive, and that'll go up and out of play. Boy, Oleg has decided he's going to take matters into his hands, carrying the puck out tonight.
Well, that's fine if that's what it takes. It's also fine that he took that shot just inside the blue line. You look back to the go-ahead goal by San Diego. Wasn't much of a shot. Just directed, and in fact wide of the net by Ferner, but it got the play going. Puck got in front of the net and was banged home by Lambert. So I don't care where the shot comes from. If you get it around the net, things can happen.
Top of the puck, Aeros have got it. Here's Shargorodsky, a long shot, and it's stuck aside by Bester. Chitteroni in the corner now trying to go at it. It'll roll to the far side, and now Robinson pinching from home base from the right point. Eves has got it. Eves trying to feather one out in front. Drager broke that up. Chitteroni in there trying to grind it loose. Now Eves in there as well. Back Chitteroni. He's hooked off by Drager, but play goes right on. Mario Chitteroni looking right at the referee. Joe Ernst saying, I want a penalty, won't get it, but we will get an icing call now, and it's on the San Diego Gulls, and we'll take time out. 3-2 the Gulls. We'll be right back.
When you're active, your body heat increases 15 or 20 times. You become dehydrated. As soon as 30 minutes, you lose fluids. Up to 2 quarts of sweat per hour. But more than anything else, you get thirsty. Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Drink it. No other beverage enters the bloodstream faster and rehydrates you better. Chug it. Nothing quenches a deep down body thirst better. Scientifically tested, athletically proven. Gatorade Thirst Quencher. It's gotta be Gatorade.
Where do you go when you want to have fun?
I'm out on the course every chance I get.
I play soccer and Little League and basketball and football.
I go fishing with my grandson.
But first, we go to Oshman Super Sports.
Where I can try all the newest clubs right here in the store.
This store is bigger than Lake Travis.
One store has all the fun. Oshman Super Sports.
Aeros trailing 3-2, and Alan Bester there, one of the best at saves in the IHL at this point. 654 saves.
Well, part of that is from playing as many games as he's played in. Those are the stats coming into tonight. He's played 24 games. Defoe had a good game for Phoenix last weekend against the Aeros.
Jimmy Ribnak, 661, rounding out the top three. Here's a face-off to the left of Alan Bester. Drop of the puck, and the Gulls have got it. Here's Pat Meaton in behind the net. And along the boards now, Arneal trying to check it loose. He's got it back. Jake's a drive and a missile right on, and Bester the save as Pellerin doing a fine job in front of the net, but Bester makes the stop with 16.5 to go in the third.
By my unofficial count, here in the first 3.5 minutes of the third period, the Aeros have 2 shots on goal. Both have come from the point. That's okay. Got to get some people in front to look for rebounds, set up screens, look for deflections. Remember we told you David Sacco was hurt, crashing into the goalpost late in the first period. We mentioned during the second he wasn't playing. He separated his shoulder. He was having a fine game, had a goal and an assist in the first.
And the puck comes out in front. The Aeros bang away at it, and they couldn't jump on the loose puck. Here's Ruchin. He'll get it out to center. Now Curtis Hunt goes back. Oh, the Aeros need one to tie it here. Jakes, left side, center ice. A long rink-wide pass for Pellerin. Goes too far. Goes down behind the cage. Bester knocked it free, and that will be icing on the Aeros in the face-off. Go back into Houston Aero territory. 4 minutes gone in the third.
We're in the third. They're down 1, but I don't see any signs of panic. I don't see guys gambling. I don't see guys getting frustrated. They've had a couple of decent opportunities here in the early part of the third period after giving up that goal in the first minute of the period to Lambert for the 3-2 San Diego lead. So the Aeros, they just get their game together. They're going to be all right yet. It's way too soon to panic.
Face-off, Russ, will be in the circle to the left side of Troy Gamble. Here's Mark Freer against Hubie McDonough.
Well, Freer's the guy who could get it for you. He's been the hot stick for the Aeros.
Drop of the puck. And the Gulls have got it. Lambert, a quick shot block. Lambert trying to center one again. Denny Lambert, base of the right circle. Bumped by Shargarodsky. Now the Gulls have got it. It's Ruchin in there. And now it is centered, but it comes out to Mark Freer. The Aeros bust out with it. Freer across the line. Freer trying to barrel in. Pellerin cuts in on goal. Can't get the shot away. And then Marshall takes the net off. That should be a penalty, but I think they're going to say that he was escorted by Freer, which would not be a penalty. If Freer's the one that pushed him in there, then it wouldn't be a minor.
That's too bad because Pellerin had an opportunity low on that right wing circle. I'm not sure how bad that angle was, but after set up by Freer, he picks up the puck at the dot, so he certainly could have let it go. Chooses to try to circle the net and see what it looks like from the other side, and by that time the net had been dislodged and the play was over. But Freer makes some things happen. Almost made something happen for Brian Pellerin. We'll get a face-off in the circle to the right of Alan Bester. The Aeros looking at the clock. They see 3-2. The Gulls lead. 15:41 to play. Here the start of a 4-game homestand for the Aeros. 4 tough games with San Diego, Kalamazoo, Soviet Wings, and Phoenix all coming in.
Face-off controlled by the Gulls. It's cleared to the line. Valama couldn't hold it in. Clayton Young back at center. Shargarodsky at his own blue line. Gently rolls one ahead for Dave Tippett. Trying to dump it in, but that's gloved by Dan Lambert. And here come the Gulls. Winds, fakes the shot, shoots it into Aero territory. Played 4.5 minutes here, and the Aeros with just 1 shot on goal. Here is Oleg Shargarodsky now. He'll run the puck along the board. Center ice for Clayton Young. Now a chance, Dineen trying to bring it ahead. Dineen right side. Lets the shot go wide. Now a chance. Tippett flips it. Young the drive. That hit Bester, right pad save. But Ron Wilson is there to clear the rebound. That surprised everybody. Here is Dineen in the corner now looking for Clayton Young. Here's the puck now. Along the boards, Dineen. He's in there, gets it back to the line. Valem on a snapshot. That's broken up. Dineen trying to get it back to the line for Oleg Shargarodsky. Right side. And he's upended on the play, but that's a good play by Ferner. He got the puck first.
As long as you get the puck, folks, if the guy with the puck then steps on the skate and goes down, as happened there, it's going to be an okay play. If you don't get a piece of the puck, though, and you stick your stick into his skates and he goes down, then you're going to get a triple call. So it was a correct no call here.
Updating you in the IHL tonight. It's now 4-1 in the third. Kalamazoo leading Kansas City. That'll be the Aeros' opponent again on Friday. And And still 2-1. Minnesota leading the Soviet Wings in the third. The Wings 0-7 going into that contest. Minnesota looking to make it 4 in a row. Here's another save for those of you watching on HSC by Alan Bester. That quick snapshot by Clayton Young, but Bester there in a great position.
Good shot by Young. Got that puck right in front of Dan Lambert, the little defenseman for the Gulls. They put it right between his legs, but not between the legs of the goaltender.
Here's a puck to the line, held in by Curtis Hunt, trying to jam it behind the net. Now a chance for Murray Eves. He'll play it in the corner to the left of Bester to Robinson. Swings it along the boards. First one there, and now we've got Bester coming up fighting, and now Marshall going after Chitteroni. This was behind the play, and now everybody getting gathered in there, and Troy Gamble comes out to the blue line to see if maybe he wants to come in there, but Bester staying put. Chitteroni is livid right now as he got jumped by Marshall and Bester. I didn't see what Chitteroni did to upset Alan Bester here.
Well, Marshall is a pretty good defenseman and a tough guy. He's noted as a guy who can play the body, play tough. But he picked on a little guy. Now little guy Mario Chitteroni challenges Alan Bester. Bester drops his stick, says, "Come on, you want a piece of me?" Mario said yes, but they had a hand on Mario. The linesman brings him over to the penalty box. He'll be going out.
Interesting to see what Joe Ernst is going to call here. Now, of course, as you know in hockey, the only time a goalie ever has to quote-unquote serve his penalty is when he gets a game misconduct. Otherwise, anything else, a 5, a 10, a 2 will be served by somebody, and I'm sure Bester will come up with something in the 2-minute variety as we see how this thing starts.
Watch right in front of the goal. Watch as it's happening right in front of the goal. Chitteroni sandwiched between Marshall and Bester. And really not a lot. Is that a little stick? Do I see a little stick from Alan Bester, I think, up on Mario? I think that's what starts it. A little Alan Bester goal stick. Giving a little hook and a high one, too. And Mario Chitteroni, I don't blame him for being a little upset with that. And then when he turns back to give what for to Alan Bester, Jason Marshall does what he is supposed to do and step in front of his goaltender, protect him, and take care of the other guy. The other guy was little Mario Chitteroni, but the officials trying to sort this thing out. I don't know, Adam, that they ever saw Bester involved in anything in that situation.
Who spears the goal? What am I supposed to do? Look at Jason Marshall. I think he may be moved out of this contest for instigating. He's definitely being taken out of here, and we'll see what the call is. I don't think Bester's going to get anything but maybe a 2 out of the deal.
Well, you know, if it's a 2 and Marshall's out the rest of the game, Mario, I hate to say this, shouldn't even get a fighting penalty on him because he took all the shots. He was doubled over from the beginning, and I'm not sure why or how he got kind of bent over, but whatever the reason, he felt that discretion was the better part of valor, and that to get up was to invite a couple of shots from Jason Marshall, so he just stayed in the position he was in. Now, he may get a fighting penalty, but in fairness and in truth, he didn't throw any punches. But sometimes I figure it takes 2 to fight, and they send you both off. The fact of the matter is here, if Bester does have an extra 2, and even if all right, they got Bester up there for 2 minutes.
Now you can see Chitteroni, there's the hook we talked about, and then out of camera range it kind of gets started, and then you see Marshall jumping in there, but about 2 seconds before Marshall went in there.
2 minutes for instigating.
Well, let's see here. Try and pick up the call.
Marshall got 2 for instigating, 5 for fighting, and a game misconduct. Chitteroni gets 2 for high sticking.
And 5 for fighting?
And he
got 5 minutes for taking.
Yeah, 5 minutes for getting punched. Well, you know, whatever. What it all boils down to, 2 and 5 for Mario, 2, 5, and a game misconduct for Marshall. That all kind of evens out in terms of strength on the ice, but the additional penalty goes to Alan Bester. Bester gets a 2-minute penalty here at 5:42. And that definitely is the key penalty here at this moment, because it is the one that gives the Aeros a 2-minute power play and an opportunity to take advantage of their man advantage and get back even in this game. They trail 3-2 with 14:18 to play.
As far as I'm concerned, Russ, I think the Gulls got lucky. I would have to agree that I really think Chitteroni, I didn't see the high stick. I might have missed that, so that could be a good call. But how he gets 5 for fighting them?
You know, as I said, when there's a fighting penalty, more times than not, in fact, 99% of the time, there's going to be 2 guys go out for fighting. It takes 2 to tango, and so they send both dancers to the box. And so they've gone, but it's an Aeros power play.
All right. They're 1 of 2 on the man advantage. Mark Freer got the goal back in the second period, but they trail 3-2. We're 6 minutes into the third, but they've got the puck in their own end. Shagarodsky almost coughed that up. Now he'll turn it up ice. Oleg on the pass just too far for Arneal. Back is Lambert. Can he clear it? No. Arneal knocked it down. Here's a chance for Graham Townsend. He'll start it. Townsend right side gave the puck away but can't clear. Tip of the drive is blocked, and this power play off to a slow start as the Gulls able to clear it down the ice. Seems like the Aeros are just a half step off here. Here is Oleg Shagarodsky now. They've got 1:20 on the power play. Now it is Arneal turning it center ice. The crowd trying to egg on Alan Bester a little bit, and Freer goes right in, shoots, and he ripped it wide of the net. I don't know if Bester got a piece of that, but Freer missed the net.
I think Bester got a piece of it. He was going topside on Bester. He got a piece of it.
Now Arneal on the boards, right wing, trying to move it down. Lambert is able to clear it right back down the ice. We're under a minute on the power play. Aeros with 1 shot on goal. Shagarodsky, a pass at center, dumped in. Freer and after Bester comes out of the net. He'll roll it to the near side. Neaton, he's able to clear it right down the ice.
Well, the crowd was yelling, and Bester was in position there that he was hittable. The crowd was yelling, hit him. They let him go, which quieted the crowd and allowed the Gulls to clear the puck.
Here is Carl Valamont now at center ice. Valamont bangs one in. Bester will knock it down, and he will just cover up and hold on. So the Aeros will at least get a face-off in the Gull zone with 12:44 left in the third. 3-2 San Diego. 27 seconds left in the minor to Alan Bester.
Well, they've struggled on this power play. San Diego has played well positionally. And the Aeros have not been able to really get a thrust into the zone and keep it there and test Alan Bester, with the exception of the 1 shot by Mark Freer as he comes in through the circle and fires it hard, and it goes off the glove of Bester, I believe, and deflects a little high and wide. He got just a tiny piece of it.
Face off in the circle to the left side of Alan Bester. And the Aeros needing a goal, but unofficial, I've got him for just 3 shots on goal, and we're almost halfway through this period. And we talked about the fact that the Aeros had only 14 shots after 2. San Diego's going to take the puck and clear it down the ice, and that'll really just about do it. It'll leave enough for maybe 1 more rush here and a chance to set up for 1 good chance.
He takes 1.
Here's Valamont, right side. We'll make it left side, center ice, looking for Denis, right in on goal. He cuts in with his shot. They score! Great play by Kevin Denis. He sent it to Eves, and we're tied at 2.
I'm waiting to see what the officials say. The officials are going to discuss this. Was it knocked in by a glove? Did it actually go in, come out? So far, the officials are looking all around and talking to each other. The Gulls got right up. Bester leading the charge as they argue with the officials, and it is a score for the Aeros. After some discussion, it is decided the Aeros have tied this hockey game. Well, we were just talking about time enough for 1 more rush, and all it takes is 1. Deneen cuts in, puts it out in front. It bangs in. It bangs in off Murray Eves.
It looked like it went off the glove as we looked at it on HSC. Deneen shields the puck, and it goes off Murray Eves.
And that's, I'm sure, what Bester and the Gulls were saying. He batted it in with his glove. You can't do that, but if it goes in inadvertently off your glove, it's okay. And we're going to give Murray Eves the goal here with the setup by Kevin Deneen. Murray, who has played sparingly this season, about half the games he's been out either with injury or with the coach's decision. Just delighted to get back here on the ice tonight, and comes up with his 3rd goal of the year, and this one ties it up at 3-3. It also proves the point, Adam, as that power play, the time was running out. it proves that in the 15 or 20 seconds that was left and they had the puck behind the net, that's plenty of time to get a rush and take advantage of the extra man.
Here's a pass at center ice for Clark Donatelli. Brings the puck in. Ferner's drilled off there. It's centered, though. And now it came out in front. It'll trickle to the line. Not out, but it's given away. Here come the Aeros 2-on-2. Eves with a puck. Gives to Pellerin, but they lose it when it comes out to center ice. Aeros quick in transition, though, as Jakes now pumped it into San Diego Gull territory, and the Gulls have got it. They'll clear it to center. Tipped in by Donatelli into Aero territory. This is icing. In fact, Valamont, and he'll hold on, and that's icing. We'll take time out. 11:44 to go in the third. Tied at 3. Do not go away. We're in a good one here back after this.
Today on Guys Waiting in Line, we'll look at this guy, the guy in the red hat. We'll explore his innermost thoughts.
Silver bullet.
We'll meet his friends, eagerly cheering him on.
Come on, you bum! Your beer's getting warm!
We'll see a guy try and skip the line.
Ain't no skipping.
We'll meet a kindly ticket taker. And we'll watch our guy finally make it through the line for the Coors Light he wanted all along. It all happens next on only on the Coors Light channel.
You jerk. I never want to see you again. Oh!
Savan, soft 100% cotton pants. They're the only pants made with Process 2000, so they don't wrinkle, which means you'll always come off looking good, no matter what you've done.
Russ Small, Adam Gordon with you, tied at 3, and we'll take another look at how close this really was.
Kevin Dineen works it around Ferner, comes out in front. Shot goes right along the crease in midair and pops in off the back of the mitt of Murray Eves. Eves was being wrapped up well by Clark Donatelli. And because Murray couldn't get the hands free and the stick free, he just skated to the net, and it went in off him, and it's 3-3.
Puck is in San Diego territory, but quickly cleared to center ice. Valamont's got it. He'll shoot it into San Diego territory as the crowd again trying to egg on Alan Bester. Denny Lambert shoots the puck in. Back goes Valamont with 11:25 left. He's ridden out of there by Ruch, and he's had a great game tonight for San Diego. Puck in front. That hit Gamble rebound. He had no idea where the rebound was. And finally, it's cleared by Freer all the way down the ice. They will say no icing, as Neaton, they felt, could have played it. Now it is Barry Drager in behind his net. He'll start the rush for Pat Neaton. 9 minutes gone in the third. Knotted at 3. At center ice, Denny Lambert. Cross ice pass intercepted by Freer. Turns in his own zone. Bangs one to Curtis Hunt. Aeros trying to lock it up along the boards. San Diego's got it. Here's Pat Neaton, watched by Freer. Pass to the near side for McDonough. Almost gave that away to Freer. Not really the guy you want to give away to in this hockey game as it goes down the ice. After it is Curtis Hunt. That will be icing in the play. Will go down, and there'll be a face-off in San Diego territory. 10:37 left, Russ. We're tied at 3. And, you know, one thing the Aeros have done a good job is containing Hubie McDonough. He really has not been a factor yet in this game.
Let me tell you one thing that makes me just a little bit nervous here is we got a half a period to play. Through 2.5 periods, San Diego's had a grand total of 1 power play. And you know how it is where calls and power plays always seem to have a way of evening out by the end of the hockey game. Well, if that's going to even out tonight, the Aero is going to be real careful, because you give San Diego a power play or 2 here in the final 10 minutes, you're going to be in trouble. So they've only had 1 tonight. I'd hate to see the refs start evening things and putting the Aeros at a disadvantage.
Off the face-off now, San Diego gets it out to center ice. Now Craig Reichert shoots one into Aero territory. Back goes Shargorodsky now, in behind the net. Oleg, he'll carry up by, boy, this guy feels like he's Paul Coffey. He's going to bring it in. Here is Shargorodsky, left side, centered it, but it was tipped away by Lambert.
Don't tell him he isn't. If he's dreaming, don't wake him up.
Well, here is Dave Tippett in his own zone. Pass for Clayton Young, quickly turned around for Kevin Dineen. He'll boom it right on. Well, just went wide of the net. Tippett trying to dig it out. Tippett centered. Right in there was Dineen. He couldn't get the stick on the puck, and San Diego turns it around. Van Imp able to clear to center. Turn around by the Aeros. Jakes fired it into San Diego territory. So the Aeros, after equalizing this hockey game, seem to be putting the pressure back on. But San Diego, in their own rights, have come back with a couple of quality chances. Here is a chance for Dan Lambert to bring it in, and the Aeros gave up on him. He'll go in on goal, and a great defensive play by Robinson. Wow, as Lambert goes crushing into the board. He's hurt, and we'll get a whistle. Wow, at the last minute, all of a sudden, Dan Lambert thought he was Moses parting the Red Sea, and there was Robinson to say, nope, I'm going to poke that away.
Well, let me tell you two things about that. One is we said the Aeros will be all right if they don't make the big mistakes in their own end. Well, you're not going to see a bigger mistake than you just saw. The only guy in your picture you watching on HSE for a while there, as Dan Lambert went in alone on goal, was Murray Eves, and he was all the way back at the blue line. He just goes in absolutely alone, and then from out of nowhere comes Rob Robinson and knocks the puck away and knocks Lambert down. And that also gets back to the instance we showed you earlier on and explained to you that if a defenseman or anybody gets to the puck first, then the offensive player trips on the stick and falls down or something like that, it's okay. If Robinson had not been able to knock that puck away first before Lambert went down, they'd have called him for tripping. But he made a terrific diving check on Lambert to knock that puck away and save that breakaway opportunity. Well, Lambert finally up. He just looks like he's all right.
He might have gotten one of those stingers when you jam that knee in there and it feels like you can't feel anything, and just take some time to feel him back. 9:32 left in the third. 9-3.
What I'd love to know is, where did everybody go? How did things part so wide open for Lambert?
There's the guy that saved the day, Rob Robinson. We went back earlier talking about how you have to hit the puck first instead of the man, and Robinson clearly did it on that rush as well. And that is a game saver. Sometimes you don't need your goalie to make the game saver. You need the guys to play well in front of him. Robinson did it there. A fine play. He's actually had a pretty good game tonight. We need a couple of good plays. Pucks at center ice. Aeros quickly turn it around. Yo, down the left side. He's bumped by Lilly. Stays with the puck, though. Along the near boards. It finally goes behind the net. Here is Barry Drager. Jumps on the loose puck. Get it out to Donatelli. Takes a hit from Graham Townsend. Here is San Diego now. Fired it back right on their own goal of Alan Bester. I wonder if that's considered a shot on goal. Here is Drager at center ice. Shoots the puck into Aero territory. This is icing, but yeah, they're forced to play it. Rob Robinson now will take over behind his cage. He'll start the rush from right to left. 8:48 to go here in the third. We're tied at 3. Ron Wilson, he's bumped by Townsend, so a couple of good hits on this shift by Graham. Now the Gulls turn it into the Aero zone. Back is Robinson, though. He turns to the right of Troy Gamble, carries the puck right out in front, and he'll gently roll it off the boards to Townsend at center. Now a pass for Yo. Late in the shift, he'll dump it in. Aeros make some changes. Bester out of the net. Fires it along the boards for Clark Donatelli. Center ice, Arneal is there. And the Aeros take over. Here is Carl Valamont in his own zone. Valamont swings one out for a breaking mark for as he brings it up the right side for Scott Arneal. Here's Arneal, drop, Townsend shoots, Bester, save, rebound! Oh, Bester! A great stop on Scott Arneal, and he will hold on. The save of the night. We're tied at 3. We'll be back right after this.
Some players set records. Others will break them. Doubles and triples. Down the line or into the stands. The hits just keep on coming. Jeff Bagwell. This is Star Power.
Astros baseball. Star Power.
The Astros salute first baseman Jeff Bagwell, the 1994 National League Most Valuable Player.
left here in the third. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small, and here's another great chance for the Aeros.
Well, Scott Arniel scored the first goal of the night and almost scored the fourth goal of the night as the rebound is left out in front. He comes flying in to get a shot away. But Bester makes the save, and so we remain 3-3 with 8:08 to play.
He made a good save on that Townsend blast, too.
Yep.
Graham's got, I think, an underrated shot. He has really got a big drive there. As the puck came out in front, Pellerin couldn't pull the trigger, and he's got his stick caught in the skates. And now it's regrouped for Oleg Shagarodsky. Oleg gently rolls it to center. Pellerin trying to find Freer, can't do it. McDonough turns it around, shoots it into Aero territory. Gamble out of the net. He'll slow for the first man back, Shagarodsky. Now for Scott Arniel. He'll bring it to center ice, 3-on-3. Freer across the line with Arniel. Freer trying to move one in. Arniel's in there, doesn't know where the puck is. Valamont pinching. He does. Valamont behind the net. He's crushed by Aruchin. Now Freer in behind looking for Pellerin. Brian Pellerin in there along with Clark that's Dan Lambert, excuse me, going at it with Pellerin. Lambert comes away with it. He'll clear it to the line out to center ice. 7:23 left in the third, tied at 3. Here's Mark Freer, a pass for Pellerin, hits the line, lets a shot go, and a stick save made by Bester, and the puck sliced high in the air. That will bounce into the near side. Lambert able to flip it along, and it should be a hand pass, and play will be halted with 7:10 to go in the third, tied at 3.
This line that's out there right now, Mark Freer, he could yet be heard from with Kevin Denis. They may be the guys that decide the outcome of this hockey game in regulation, or perhaps a little later in shootout. Tippett, Young come out right now to join Denis. So Freer getting a break, but Mark Freer with his 17th goal of the season a little bit earlier, and he just seems to be a guy, Adam, who finds himself in position to make a play, and more often than not has been making a play.
The guy I like for San Diego, if they're going to pull this one out, might be a Steve Ruchin.
Yeah, well, they're not. I mentioned earlier that the Aeros, if they were held to 7 shots on goal in this third period, which had been their average through 2, 8 in a period, 6 in the other period, they would not win with 7 or fewer shots on goal. Well, they're already up to 10.
Well, our listeners in San Diego, they may have something to say about that.
Well, that's okay. We're not doing this for them.
That's right. Here's the drive. It's batted into the near corner. Clayton Young down near side, wrapped up by Eaton. And there's Tippett as well. Young going at it with Pat Eaton. They continue to grind it out in the corner. Now Tippett trying to muscle it free. It's picked up by Barry Drager. He'll fire it along the boards, and that's up over the glass and into the crowd. 6:45 left in the third in a 3-3 game, and slowly as we watch territorial play, and we're seeing a little bit on the into the San Diego Gulls.
Well, there's no question the Aeros here in the third period, with the exception of the first few seconds of the period when they gave up the goal to Lambert. Since then, the Aeros have played their best period of the night. They worked hard to come from behind and tie this game again at 3. They've had some opportunities since then. There's 6:45 to play.
Face off left of Alan Bester. Clayton Young against Ron Wilson. And Young and Rennie top of the puck, and Wilson wins the draw. It'll go in behind the net. Pat Eaton takes over. He'll carry it up the ice. Pass for Donatelli. Clark Donatelli rolled it into Aero territory. Campbell there to play it. Here is Robinson. Ooh, bounced out in front. Donatelli shoot. Campbell to save the rebound. And Tippett is there. Oh, and a nice chance in front, but the Aeros come away. Here is Deneen, tripped it into the corner. San Diego territory as the Aeros make some changes. Neaton is back. He'll roll it along the boards. In after it's Mike Yo, but Donatelli able to clear it out to center ice. Here's Murray Eves now, who's got the equalizer. Murray Eves, and it was a power play goal, by the way. It's picked up by Valamont. Looking back in his own zone, past center ice. Here's a chance for Chitteroni. In over the blue line. Chitteroni centered one. Eves ready to go, and he hit the side of the net. And a good play between the two. Murray Eves, after sitting out 6 games, I think sending a message to Terry Wiskowski saying, I belong out there, and he has played well tonight. Here's Eves again, base of the right circle. Sends one, yo, shoot! And Bester may have gotten a tip of the glove on it. Shagarodsky now bumped by Lilly. Drager trying to clear. It sits in the corner. Back to the line. Here's Oleg. Line, shoot! Bester, right pad save. And the puck is cleared out of play. And then Neaton gets the stick high on Chitteroni. So the Aeros all of a sudden teeing up a bit here on the goal.
Last Saturday night, as we get a little fisticuff action going on down below. Chitteroni right involved in it, as he was earlier in this period with Marshall. Last Saturday night, after the game here, I left and I guess it was Friday night. Last Friday night, left and went out and had some late dinner and ran into Murray Eves and Mario Chinaroni having dinner together. They were probably talking about how they're going to make a big play or two here in the third period against San Diego, because they got together there just a moment ago and almost were able to pull the trigger on a go-ahead goal here, put some good pressure on Vester. But now we've got Mario Chinaroni getting a seat in the old sin bin. And who's going out for San Diego? Looks like it's going to be Ron Wilson, the veteran. Oleg Shargorodsky with a good shot from the point that was right on goal and forced Vester into a skate save.
Well, I think they'll be just matching minors, and we'll go 4-on-4 hockey. But the pace of this game, as far as the skating is concerned, I think benefits San Diego a little bit. However, I will say this: the Aeros have been the better skating team in this third period. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't know what this benefits.
The benefit, you know what it is when it's all said and done, then you look at who benefited. If you did good, it benefited you. If you did bad, it benefited the other guys.
You are really political tonight.
Yeah, that's my politically correct analysis.
Must be the shirt.
Might be. Well, I'm never. You know, this was a good idea on paper, and I'm never going to wear this shirt again.
Yeah, but the girls have thought it looked good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here's a puck picked up by San Diego, and it's turned around by Shargorodsky, and the Aeros have got it. Arneal across the line for Freer. He'll get set. Freer, top of the left circle, shoot! And upstairs, missed the net. Back to the line. Shargorodsky getting set with 4-on-4 hockey here for another minute 42. Arneal in behind the net, working on with Dan Lambert. Now in there's Denny Lambert. Can he clear the puck? No, Arneal wrapped him up. Here's a long shot. Valamon and a stick save made by Alan Bester. Now Freer trying to dig it out. He's pinned along the boards by Denny Lambert. Lambert in there. He takes a bump from Arneal. Can he clear it? Yes. To center ice. Missed Hubie McDonough, though. And back goes Oleg Shargorodsky. Watched by McDonough. Oleg in the corner with McDonough now. They're all tied up. A chance now for the Aeros to clear it. And Shargorodsky, what's this? He'll carry it again. Here is Freer now across the line. Freer for Tippett. He shoots. Great save by Bester. And it's cleared by Mark Ferner. Here come the Gulls now. Ferner across the line. Trying to move down the right side. Looks it on goal, and there's Curtis Hunt to give him a sharp check into the corner. 4:23 left as Hunt continues to grind it out in there. And they continue to joust. And then a check from behind. And Curtis Hunt retaliates. And boy, I'll tell you what, Joe Ernst is going to have to figure out what he's going to do here, because it was Hunt that I think got checked, and then he retaliated. And this is the classic case of where I think the retaliation might bite you.
Folks, let me tell you something. Almost 20 years ago, Gordie Howe was skating in this city with the best elbows in the business. Curtis Hunt took a book out of the Gordie Howe book of elbowing.
All right, Hunt in the box. Let's take time out. 4:19 to go. We'll be back after this.
There are two secrets to getting a great value on a new truck. One is to ask a lot of questions. The other is knowing where to get the answers you like. Your Chevy dealers have them. They're making your money count on a 4-cylinder Chevy S Series with airbag, AM/FM stereo, and more. Buy one today and get $500 cash back until January 3rd. Now this is a secret I shouldn't keep to myself. Make your money count. See your local Chevy dealer today. Event ends January 3rd.
Experience life in a room with a view, sheltered from the elements and cradled in the arms of nature. Rooms with a View combines the beauty of nature with the total comforts of indoor living. So whether it's a solarium or a garden room, Rooms with a View provides financing and complete installation to ensure your family total perfection in living. So call today for a free estimate at 1-800-522-2171 and save 40% on a garden room designed exclusively for year-round enjoyment.
For the Aeros, number 4, Curtis Hunt, 2 minutes for roughing.
Well, the Aeros and the Gulls tied at 3, and I think the Aeros are going to get a break here.
Well, they got Lambert for a cross check. We're watching it here. Let's see if we see it. He's using that stick pretty good. I haven't seen. No, he did not have both hands on the stick. And Curtis Hunt, the folks here reacting to it up on the big screen, and I'm telling you, he really gave him a shot with that left elbow.
Walt Kyle, excuse me, I'm just saying, up on the dasher's not happy with the call.
Well, you know, I'm not sure it was a good cross-check call on Lambert. If you put both hands on the stick and you get him in the back with the stick, yeah, that's a cross-check. But if you look closely, you see he didn't have both hands on the stick. He just went in and gave him a little shove. So the Aeros got a little fortunate there. Now it's time to take advantage of the fortune. They still skate 4-on-4. We've got just over 4 minutes to play. We're tied at 3.
Gulls have the puck at center ice. Mark Ferner, a rink line pass for McDonough too far. Malamon able to clear it. Here's Dave Tippett. Pass for Kevin Deneen, can't find the handle. And now the Gulls have got it. Clark Donatelli, center ice. Send it over to Dan Lambert. Now Mark Ferner on the right side at center ice. A pass for McDonough. Trying to work it through the neutral zone, but Eves is back for the Houston Aeros. Send it to Carl Valamon. Snap one to center, and now Kevin Deneen takes over. Deneen, he'll charge into the San Diego zone. Deneen trying to make the move. He showed Lambert the puck couldn't finalize the move, and Kevin Deneen will come off for the line change. 3.5 to go, tied at 3. It's a good one, folks. Here is Ferner now. He'll move it from left to right. Up the gut he comes. Ferner shoots it into Aero territory. Gamble wanted to come out, but he won't. Now Chitteroni, he'll play it up the near side, trying to clear it to the line, not out, and finally we get a whistle as play is halted. 3:17 left in the third, tied at 3. The Aeros, as the penalties had expired, now back at 5-on-5 hockey here.
3 minutes 17 seconds remaining in the game. Tied at 3 are Neal, Freer, and Eves for the Aeros. Lilly, Sacco, and Lambert for the San Diego Gulls.
Face-off will be between Mark Freer, Ron Wilson, Freer with Arneal and Pellerin. Robinson and Shagarodsky defensively. Wilson against Freer just inside the Aero blue line.
All these face-offs here in these last few minutes, so very important. Aeros win this one, controlling their own end.
Interesting statistic. The Aeros, who had 14 shots in the first 2 periods, unofficially had 15 here in the third. Puck is in San Diego territory. Pellerin in a battle with Donatelli. Freer trying to dig it out of there. Here's Pellerin in a good battle with Donatelli. Pellerin still working at it. Now chipped it behind the net. Dreger is there, though. Worked on by Freer. Dreger trying to clear it. He's wrapped up Freer. Puck comes to the line. Pellerin knocked it down. Good work, but didn't really do much with it. Still stays with it, trying to center it. And finally falling on top of it is Lambert. And then Bester. I'll tell you what, that's a penalty in the first 2 periods, but I don't think Joe Ernst is going to call it here. You don't call it in the third period, but you cannot fall on the puck, and Bester kind of showing a heads-up plate, diving on top of it as well.
But great scrappy work in the forward zone by the Aeros. Just hard work. They used the word there, battle, a couple of times. Terry Ruskowski says if you win the battles, you will eventually win the war. And each little skirmish here on the ice is a battle, whether it's in the corner, or it's in the crease, or it's at center ice, or it's in your own end. Each little battle, if you fight each one of them one at a time, and you win the battles, you will eventually win the war. The Aeros certainly won those battles in that last series of opportunities. Didn't end up getting a goal, but if you keep winning them, you're going to get a chance, and they almost did, and they still have the face-off in the circle to the left of Bester with 2:39 to play, tied at 3.
Face-off to the left of Bester with Eves against Ron Wilson. Eves with the game-tying goal right now.
Right place, right time. Murray Eves to deflect it in on the center by Kevin Deneen. That tied us up here in the third period, and we remain 3-3.
Eves now in there, but Donatelli wins the draw, and it's picked up by Mark Ferner, and he'll move it up the right wing boards. Pass broken up by Yo. Ooh, that's not offsides. Boy, Aeros got away with one as Yo collided with Donatelli, and they're both slow to get up. You want to see a head-on collision, folks? I hope we have this one for you, because this is what it's all about when you've got your head down. Donatelli wants to try and get up. Yo isn't, and Jerry Mines, the Aeros trainer, will have a look, but what a collision there when you got your head down.
We have had guys down on the ice struggling to get up all night long. Yo and Donatelli locked their left knees, and they're both in a good deal of pain. Donatelli for the Gulls and Yo for the Aeros, and that can really, really hurt. Hopefully neither guy really twisted anything, or looks like Yo is up and skating. He's going to be all right. It's just that initial shock that really stings, but when it wears off in a few seconds, you find out you're all right. There's no real damage. Donatelli trying to skate it off now as well. Yo has already done a little bit of skating and gone to the bench.
So a face-off will be, I believe, just inside the Gull zone. 2:29 left.
The Aeros and Gulls have played some close games this year. A couple of 4-3 games. The Aeros won in this building 4-3 in a shootout. The Gulls won 4-3 in regulation in San Diego. They also won the only one-sided game in this series. Part of that back-to-back 2 nights in a row in San Diego, 5-1. We are tied here at 3-3. We could be heading to a shootout.
Here's Mark Ferner now, right side for the Gulls. He'll get it to center, turned around by Shagarovsky. I think he's had one of his better games, definitely maybe one of his best, not maybe as much from an offensive contribution standpoint. He's had a 3-point night before as the puck frozen, and that's a whistle. He's had a 3-point night before. Boy, he has jumped in the holes tonight. He's read the ice really well. He's played a pretty sound defensive game. And I'm just looking here right now to see Shagarovsky. He is up, well, it wouldn't be a +1. He was on for 1 goal, and that was the third goal. So he's even tonight, but he hasn't been on for any of the San Diego goals. Now Curtis Hunt's penalty has expired. He will come to the Aero bench. And here is Young, Tippett, and Dineen. Shagarovsky and Valamon. 2:13 left. Drop of the puck. And the Gulls win it and work it into Aero territory. After it, it's Shagarovsky. Takes a bump from Ruchin back to the line. A long shot. The stick saved by Gamble. Here is Tippett. In third to the line. And now the Aeros come away 2-on-2. Dineen with Young. Here's Clayton Young. Right side. Pulls up. Looks in front. Centered it. And Dineen trying to bat it out of there. But Hubie McDonough's got it. He'll come to center ice. Pass center ice for Steve Ruchin. Brings it into Aero territory. Ruchin right side. Looks in front for McDonough. He centered it. But Shagarovsky got a skate on it. Now base of the right circle. Aero territory. It's a chance for McDonough cutting out in front. He was popped off there. And here come the Aeros 2-on-2. Kevin Dineen right side. Trying to move around. Pat Meaton pulls up. Dineen chipped it down for Young. He takes a check from Drager. And Ruchin able to clear it to center. 1:30 left, and the puck taken away. Barry Drager. He'll shoot the puck into Aero territory. Out of the net, Troy Gamble. He'll slow it for Robinson behind his net. Robinson sends a pass. Picked up by Hunt. Oh, a cross-ice pass. A dangerous one. With Ron Wilson coming in. Luckily, it'll go down the ice. No icing, though. Puck dug out by Barry Drager. Trying to clear it. Knocked away Freer. Second effort. Boom to center. And Curtis Hunt is there and runs it into San Diego territory. Meaton goes back. He'll turn. Fire it off to Clark Donatelli. So I think he's all right as he's back out there. John Lilly across the line. Got by Robinson. Right in on goal. A shot. Campbell the save. And here come the Aeros 2-on-2 once again. Freer hits the line. Freer looking in on goal. He dropped it back. Robinson drive. And that was blocked by Ferner. And a 3-on-2 the other way. Lilly right in on goal. Center the shot. Missed the net. And the rebound is cleared by Freer. End-to-end action. Here we go. Freer hits the line the other way. For Neal. He sends it back to drive. Oh, Bester makes it. What a stop by Alan Bester. Snatching the puck from the jaws of the twine. A marvelous glove save. And everybody locked up behind the net. Wow.
I thought that was the game winner. That action going back and forth and back and forth. And when it went forth with Scott Arneal and Mark Freer, and Arneal made that pass in front to Freer, I thought he was going to one-time it by Bester. Got it maybe a little bit higher than he would have liked. I know they think Bester goes down a lot, goes down quickly, he can beat him topside, but I think if he one-times this low, he might get this past him. But it was a great bang-bang play, great pass by Arneal, great shot by Freer, great save by Bester to preserve a 3-3 game with 28 seconds to play in this game. Back and forth they went. The Gulls had an opportunity and clanged it off the post. Donatelli, who was involved with Yo just minutes ago and both slow getting up at center ice, he had to be helped up and walk off the ice after they locked left legs and banged knees going at full speed. He obviously recovered because he had a great chance. And then Freer from Arneal goes way up high with it, and Bester is able to get the big glove on it. Knocked knock it up into the air and then grab a hold of it. Good. So, wow, that was exciting back and forth.
What a scintillating save from Alan Bester, and both goalies coming up big. We're going to get some minors coming up to Brian Pellerin and Ron Wilson, so they are done. So they're moved off the ice. And they go 4-on-4 for the final 28 seconds here. So it is looking like, unless somebody pulls one out here, it looks like another shootout.
Well, the Gulls have played 3 shootouts this year. They've won 1. They've lost 2. Among the 2 they've lost comes 1 to the Houston Aeros. The Aeros are 3-3 in the season. Going back to the shootout against San Diego here in this building early in the season. It was Rob Dobson in goal on October the 12th, and he goaltended the Aeros to that shootout win.
So here we go. Freer, Arneal with Shargorodsky and Valamont. Top of the puck, Aeros win it. Freer trying to advance it tonight. Arneal sends it back to Valamont. Enough for a rush here. Can the Aeros do it? Shargorodsky tipped it in. Didn't pursue it. McDonough can't clear. Now the Gulls back. It's sent out to the far side with 15 seconds. Here come the San Diego Gulls. Puck dumped in. It'll come to Campbell. A bouncing puck. Plays it near side. Shargorodsky trying to clear it. It'll come to Freer. And now a chance with 5 seconds left. Arneal, line, shoots. And upstairs and just missed, and that'll do it. We'll go to the shootout. And 60 minutes cannot decide this one. So, as we keep it here, the Aeros and the Gulls for the second time in the meetings here in the Summit will go to the shootout. And looking at the Aeros after nobody converted in the Minnesota game, there'll be some big chances here.
Well, they're going to have to do some conversion. Alan Bester's tough, but they beat him once this year in a shootout. It was Dobson beating Bester. David Sacco has been the best of the San Diego shooters in the shootout, 2 of 2, but as we reported earlier, he was hurt late first period and separated his shoulder, so he won't be able to go in this shootout. Hubie McDonough has a couple of goals in 3 attempts in shootouts this year for San Diego, and Steve Ruchin is perfect, but with just 1 shot, he's 1 of 1. Alan Bester has faced 11 shootout shots, has given up 4 goals in the shootout.
So the Aeros will be looking to guys like Freer and Dineen. It was kind of interesting talking to Kevin Dineen after the game against Minnesota when he took his penalty shot. He said, "I'd never had one before. I've never had to do this. I'm used to the buzzer sounding and you go home in a tie in the National Hockey League." So that was his first shootout and was unsuccessful, but I think he'll get another crack at it tonight.
As I recall, the shootout win over San Diego was in sudden death. I think there were 6 shooters in that game before the Aeros came up with a victory.
Let's take a look at the rules of the shootout here. You get a penalty shot format. 5 players from each team will get it. The team best 5 shots to clear the winner. If there's a tie, then sudden death. And then who gets to shoot? Well, goaltenders cannot. And then players who have been ejected of penalty minutes at the end of overtime may not shoot, or I shouldn't say it, overtime regulation, like Pellerin and Ron Wilson, they don't. And then just all eligible dress skaters get to do it.
Always find it interesting to watch coaches' strategy, whether they want some of their better goal scorers to shoot early in the shootout, perhaps to give their team an early lead and some momentum, or do they save their best goal scorer or 2 for numbers 4 or 5 when they may absolutely need one either to get even or to win it?
You know what you do maybe is, it says there, of course everybody has to shoot before you can go through the lineup again, so maybe with 20 seconds left you get the bench to clear and you get maybe top 10 guys ejected, so you get a quick chance of coming around to the guys you want shooting again if they miss.
You want to make sure when you do that you get your bottom 10 guys ejected along with their top 10.
That's what I meant.
Well, there's nothing more exciting than the shootout. It's mano a mano. Steve Ruchin will be first to go for San Diego. He'll pick it up at center ice. He's 1 for 1 this year in shootout.
Here he comes across the line, right in on goal to Gamble. Ruchin, wait, shoot, scores! Steve Ruchin. And the Gulls take a 1-0 lead in the shootout. And here is the man with the equalizer, Murray Eaves. He'll bring it in on Alan Alan Bester. The other rule that we never talked about is that the puck always has to be in motion ahead. Here is Eves across the line. He'll move in on Bester. Waits, turns, shoots. Bester, a great blocker save, and he will keep it at a 1-0 San Diego lead.
One difference I see here, Bester came way out and then drifted back in with ease. The other end, Gamble did not come out very far to meet and greet Ruchin.
Here's Anatoly Fedotov now as he hits the line, goes in on goal, waits, shoots, and fired it wide of the net. And so now it is to Mark Freer. Aeros, their second shooter, trailing 1-0. The game tied at 3. They're guaranteed, whoever is here is guaranteed a point. Here is Freer now. He'll move in on Alan Bester. Freer with a goal tonight. Can he do it here? Freer, he'll go in on goal. Shoot! Oh, and a save by Bester. And once again, Freer doesn't make the move.
Including the Minnesota game last weekend. That is 7 straight misses in shootout opportunities. Right, and to go 0 for 5 that night.
So Freer now 1 of 7 in the shootout, and here is Hubie McDonough in on Troy Gamble. McDonough in on goal. He dekes, he shoots, and the glove save, and he'll hold on. So now the Aeros trailing 1-0. Need one here, as Carl Valamont will get a crack at it.
That's interesting.
Valamont will go now. Valamont in on Bester. He'll line up between the circles. Valamont moves to the right, goes in, shoots, and he missed the net.
He had trouble with that puck right from he got so geeked up and so excited. As soon as he picked the puck up off the center ice red line, it got on edge, and it was all he could do. He spent most of that skate just trying to get the puck flat, let alone think about how he was going to score.
Here's another defenseman, Mark Ferner. We'll see how he fares. Ferner got the puck, moves in, shoots, and he missed the net. So we move to the 4th shooter for the Houston Aeros, and it's going to be Kevin Dineen. Dineen against Alan Bester. The crowd trying to get Kevin going here. Dineen will move it from right to left. He's got the puck as he crosses the blue line. He goes in on goal, shoots, and he went upstairs, and the Aeros continue to not put him on goal. They've had 1 out of 4 on goal here. So now Pat Neaton with a chance to ice it right here. If he makes it, it's over.
That's right. If he scores, the Aeros only have 1 more shooter, and they'd be down 2. It would be over.
Here is Pat Neaton with a chance to win it. He'll go in. Neaton, he dekes, he shoots, and he missed the net. So now it'll come down. I won't even have to look. Scott Arneal. This is the guy, if you remember, he was the 5th shooter the last time these teams got together down 1-0, and he went upstairs on Bester, and I believe it was Graham Townsend that won.
Exactly right. Here goes Scotty.
Arneal now moves in on Bester. Here's Arneal. He waits, shoots, he scores! Deja vu, baby, and they're tied at 1 in the shootout.
Boy, did he make some moves on Alan Bester. Alan better look and make sure he's still wearing pads. He moved him so far out of there, he just tucked it home. Great series of moves, and here's Lambert.
Denny Lambert hits the line, in on goal, he waits, shoots, goal with a save, and a marvelous stop. And now it'll come to Dave Tippett.
I thought maybe Terry Ruskowski had a good memory. It was going to come right back with Townsend.
Maybe my memory's failing me, and maybe it was Tippett.
Could be. Here's Tippett.
You know, maybe it is. We'll see. Tippett now will move in on Bester. Tippett in on goal. Wait, shoots, score! Dave Tippett! Girls win the hockey game. 4-3 in a shootout. Oh, my.
Great low shot by Dave Tippett to the stick side of Alan Bester. And the Aeros, after taking the early lead in this game, fight from behind and behind and behind. Send it to the shootout, fall behind right off the bat. The first shooter for San Diego, Steve Ruchin, puts them on the board. The last, potentially last shooter for the Aeros, Scott Arneal, allows this thing to go to sudden death. Or, as was the case here tonight for the Aeros, sudden victory. And Dave Tippett puts home the game winner, a shootout win for the Aeros to snap their 2-game losing streak.
Take a look at the Southwest Airlines play of the game, and don't have to worry about this one. This was all the tipper, Dave Tippett, going in on goal. He makes a fine fine move. He was going to go, it looked like, to his right and then just go short side. I think Bester thought it as well, and that is a nice goal, and that is your Southwest Airlines play of the game.
Well, I don't know if it was a matter of outguessing or just outmaneuvering, but those last two goals, those two shootout goals, Arneal and Bester, scoring the goal was easy. All those moves they made right up until they let the puck go, set it up. They had big territory to put the puck into. They had made such great moves on Alan Bester that he was down and out and forget it. See you later by the time they slipped the puck by him, blasting it into the net. Terrific moves by Arneal and Tippett.
4-3 the final, and Russ and I will wrap things up next right after this.
Today's Houston Aeros broadcast has been brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Flying the low-fare airline is just plain smart. By Columbia HCA Healthcare Corporation, a new commitment to healthcare together. And by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. When you're thirsty, it's gotta be Gatorade.
Summit. Adam Gordon along with Russ Small, a 4-3 win in a shootout, and wow, what a hockey game all of a sudden.
Much more fun when you win, isn't it? A lot of excitement here. We talked all night long about working hard. Hard work could win it for the Aeros. It took them about 41 minutes.